Get me.
Ooh, boy.
Fresh.
Poppin' fresh. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Snark Tank Podcast. It's me, Chris, Derek, Sweeney. That's me. Now I'm going to let the other guys introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Kingston.
Hi, I'm Lord Sexman.
Lord Sexman, welcome to the podcast. We've been itching. We've been feverishly scratching our necks like crack addicts, waiting to have Lord Sexman on the podcast for years, man. This is the first episode we talked about it. Like, we couldn't get him, so we went with Zach instead. But
Right.
yeah. Lord Sexman.
Thank you so much.
I wish there was a celebrity named Lord Sexman.
Sexman.
I wish.
I feel like that's the one part of society that we haven't encroached with just the stupidest fucking names. Like, I feel like Gen Z are capable because, you know, they're doing the over the top tattoos on their faces. Like there's what's his name? Blueface. I think Blueface actually has like Benjamin Franklin tattooed on his face.
Are you talking about Bluey?
No, I'm talking about. I learned about Blueface on the radio.
Blueface is a fucking disaster piece,
Blueface is if you've heard of Blueface, you know about Blueface. But I'm just saying that there are Gen Z, there are younger people now that are getting the most wildest tattoos on their face. So I think the next thing is to where I feel like a Blueface might be like, you know what, I'm gonna just change my name to Blueface. And if I have a kid, his name's gonna be Lord Sexman.
It's like that. It's like that girl who wrote into the show who was like, "My name is Combat Evolved" or whatever.
Yeah, something like Ashley Combat Evolved or something like that.
Ashley Combat Evolved. That's her real name now, and it's like, that's fucking sick. I love that.
Excuse me if it isn't Ashley, but I think it is. I think
it's something like that. Yeah.
That's so terrible.
What's wrong with Lord Sexman?
What's
wrong with Lord Sexman? You want me to go into detail? What's wrong with Lord Sexman?
You're getting
you want me to
so much pussy if your name's Lord Sexman.
Your name, you're not gonna get.
Or penis, whatever you prefer.
Okay, you might get a ton of pussy. But you are going to. There's going to be nights where you sit up and you're like, my parents named me Lord Sexman. You're going to be sitting up like in your room, like right after a shower. You got to sit down in your bed.
Wrong with it. I don't.
You're going to be like, what would they do? What were they thinking?
To be fair, I think that's what you would think when you're an adult. I don't think why you're a kid. Well, it's kind of like me even thinking this is somewhat related. Where my mom knew how obsessed I was with martial arts and didn't even try to put me in martial arts. And I thought as an adult that I'm like, wait, that's kind of fucked up.
What the fuck? Okay, hold on.
She put me in.
I want to point out.
I'm sorry.
I want to point out that Kingston just equipped a different laugh that was more like a fucking bird that like a Disney princess would summon by singing. That was ridiculous.
No, it's so funny because the idea.
That is literally how you just laughed. You fucking whistled.
Yo, that is you do cycle laughs. That's pretty awesome. You
That's
have a fucking cassette
weird.
and you enter it into your mouth.
It's like Cyberpunk installing like different upgrades.
It's because you understand how memories work, right?
I mean,
you guys understand how remembering things work, right? Like how you wake up one day and you just grab a few memories in the bank and you're like, all right, cool. That's why some days you remember things, some days you don't.
Sure.
Right. That's how my laugh works. Where like I wake up and I'm like, all right, cool. This bread comes up. It's like, what kind of laugh do you want? Bird-like, hyena, gorilla, and I upload those.
Gorilla. We just got tagged again in your fucking demonic laugh of that Paul Rubens thing.
Oh my god!
Just again, like that thing is you. It's really the part where you tilt your head to a 45-degree angle, your eyes widen as wide as they can go, and you are just hysterically losing it. It looks like you're about to go warp speed. You're like approaching. You're like it's crazy. I love that. It's pretty great,
dude, man. Shout out to Penis Man, dog. Not the Penis Man and Lord Sex, dude.
And Lord Sex,
shout out to Penis Man and Lord Sex
Man.
Penis Man is like, dude, being called Penis Man is, you gotta be some like really like jacked, like your neck can't move too much. It's just like so much muscle covering your neck that you can't move too much.
What was the context of
your
that?
actual neck
you
is
look
like
a cobra pretty much.
I was gonna say your real neck is like Keaton's Batman, you know? Or like he's just like you are rigid.
You just can't fucking move it.
Yeah, you're rigid as hell, man.
You walk in and you walk in the room like, hey, I'm Penis Man. It's like one of the things where like your dick is under your shirt. Like you have a huge dick under your shirt, and your head is resting on the head, and it's like, well, what's that, dude?
I promise. I feel like we're close to it. And on that note, like, so there's One Punch Man, you know, and you have. I just watched the first episode of Chainsaw Man, and
That's
so
right,
I think because of this stuff, we are on the cusp of people being named something vulgar and man.
Yeah, there's definitely gonna be something. There's definitely gonna be somebody who's like, "This is my son, Chainsaw Man," like 100%, like 100%. This is my son, Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man Reynolds,
absolutely,
or whatever the fuck, or some nonsense, and that's gonna be the world. Yeah. Now the question is like if your name is Lord Sexman, are you getting health insurance, or are you just winging it?
I feel like you gotta. I want to do.
You're gonna be having too much sex.
Yeah.
You're having way too much sex.
You gotta be stocked up on antibiotics, man.
You gotta get insurance. If your name is Penis Man or Lord Sex Man, you gotta get insurance because you're gonna catch something.
Yeah.
In fact, I feel like you'd be such a regular tester. Like every 6 months, even with no partners, like it was impossible. You're gonna have a partner every fucking week, a different week, you know. But coming in, what's going on, guys? Yeah, I'll go to my room. You know, I know where I gotta go. He goes in. He has an honorary card. He has a scan. He scans. He gives himself his own blood test. Doctor, I was going Penis Man. You know.
Yeah. Dude, I remember.
What can I say? I'm just fucking every fucking day. Like right now, I have 3 appointments, man. I don't know. I might bring one in right here. You know.
You get acquainted, man. You get acquainted with the Planned Parenthood. You know, you go and you're like, hey, Steve. You know,
you fucking invest in the fucking Planned Parenthood.
There was a good year in my life where I was well acquainted with the people who worked at a Planned Parenthood. I was getting tested a lot.
Let's go.
Man. But
let's go.
There was a period of time. There was a period of time where I got very well acquainted with the pharmacist at Walmart. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. He had AIDS.
Dude, AIDS is like...
And I kept coming to that pharmacy, and he was like, I can't help you here, dude. Like, this is not the place to go for what you got. You
AIDS
need to go to, like,
now,
someone
man.
different. And I'm like...
God damn. It is. Nah, it's crazy, man. How, like, we whooped its ass. I get ads on my streaming services, and it's just like, we beat the fuck. We held it down and we kicked the shit out of AIDS.
We gave AIDS. Is what we did. We screwed it up.
The fact that AIDS can regress to HIV and then become undetectable in your blood is something that if you would have said in the 80s, no one would have believed you.
Dude, there would have been
crazy.
If that technology would have been available, if that medicine would have been available in the 80s, just imagine the just exponential amount of butt sex that would have been having. You know, because a lot of people got scared. They stopped butt fucking.
The gays heated. They were like, I can't fuck you right now.
Yeah, they got scared.
They were like, they were froze, and like somebody cast a freezing spell, and all the homos were like, no longer able to move. They were like,
yeah, man. No, dude, you can't be. Yeah, I guess if your name is Lord Sex Man, you really you can't be stirring up the volume of lube canoes that you would be without getting fucking, you know, a healthy amount of medicine, you know.
Right, and you better rise to the occasion of that fucking name too.
That's the thing too.
You can't come with no weak ass dick.
That would be like, imagine if your name was Batman and you were just like an accountant who got fucking killed in a deli. You know, like it'd be so sad. It'd be like, oh man, Batman shot in Delhi. It's like, oh shit, dude.
The idea of being killed in a bodega is so sad. Because you know why? They'll keep their day going. They won't even close the bodega. They'll clean up where you got killed.
They'll close the
won't.
bodega.
They
No,
won't
they
close
won't.
it.
They will not close the bodega.
Kingston, you're exaggerating.
They're
They'll
not
close. They
closing
will
that bodega. They're not
close.
closing that bodega. You
First of
had
all,
to remind
Kingston, they have to close the bodega because the cops would force them to close the bodega.
No, the cops would come in the bodega. They'd be like, "Hey, give us an hour. We can't do anything." As soon as the cops get that body out of there and they move everything, they're opening that bodega back up.
They can't open the.
I'm
they
sure
can't
because
they
gotta
can't
make a bunch of
floor.
bacon, egg, and cheese. They got to make a bunch of chopped cheeses. They got a lot to do. They can't. They'll be like, "Hey, the camera's right here. We saw who did it. You guys got 25, 35 minutes before I got to open this back up. I got a lot of bacon, egg, and cheeses to make."
Here's what I would say. Here's what I would say. If there's an investigation,
sure.
if there's an investigation that has to happen, I feel like here's what would happen. I feel like the cops would come and they would be like, "Hey, listen, you're gonna have to close up shop. However, can I get a bacon, egg, and cheese and a Sprite?" They would do that. Like that is absolutely. They will still order.
100% facts.
I'm about to say some real New York. Someone said, "Let me get a bacon, egg, and cheese and a Mystic." That's the most New York thing I've said in a long time. Let me get a Mystic. Let me get a blue Mystic and a bacon, egg, and cheese.
What's a
and
blue
they're like,
Mystic?
"All right, I got
What's
you."
that? What's that?
Mystic is like this, like fucking the most New York drink where it comes in these glass bottles. At least they used to. They probably don't
used to.
anymore.
It's all gone. It's all gone now.
And they had this very like the top part was more slender than the lower part. And then there was like this grooves on that had this like weirdly like stylized M. And I remember Mystics being fire. There was the blue one was so good. It was like blue raspberry. And like it was like raspberry and blueberry, bro. Shout out to Mystic. Shout out to New York for a second, real quick.
Well, shout out to I'd never actually had Mystic in my life, as
never
far as
had
I can
Mystic
remember. No, I was a Snapple guy.
I see it.
You know.
Yeah, I wonder if I want to try one.
To be fair, Snapple was the other. That was the other drink. That was like that in every pizza place you went to. There was like they had a Snapple machine.
Wow, the one I talked about, literally Bahama Blueberry. Like I described the literal picture of a Mystic. Like I looked up Mystic drink, and the one I described is right there.
Yeah,
but yeah.
God,
I remember
damn.
them.
Bro, you've been to New York a few
I-
times, right?
But,
Derek?
but I remember. But I remember.
twice. Yeah, twice.
But I remember specifically Mystic. I remember them because they had the same kind of caps that Snapples do. I remember that. It was like,
They
oh,
do,
weird.
same kind.
But
you
but
hit
now
the bottom,
now,
you hit the bottom, and they loosen.
yeah. But both of them
They're same kind of
no
cap,
longer in glass. So now that's not true for them
Mystic's
anymore.
not in glass, bro. I think
Mystic's
the
not in
only
glass
drink
no more.
that's still in glass now is what?
Coca-Cola.
Well, Mexican Coke.
Right, but you can still get it. Is what I'm saying. Like you can't
That's
get
true.
you can't
That's
get like
true.
a glass.
I was just
Mystic.
thinking like a regular like American drink like
Yahoo.
like Yoo-hoo is who fucking drinks Yoo-hoo, dude?
Who the fuck?
Demons.
Okay, I have a fucking real issue here. How the
Yeah.
fuck? So glass is so expensive, right? That's the reason. It's like glass is like heavier. It breaks more often. It's difficult to ship in comparison to plastic. It's a lot cheaper.
Right.
We Snapple can't afford it, but fucking Yoo-hoo can afford glass. Who the
You know
fuck
why
is
you
drinking
can afford
Yoo-hoo?
it? You know why you can afford it? Because Yoo-hoo's making the effort to do it, man.
That's so annoying,
also,
man.
Anyone
Like,
that
I
drinks
have not
Yoo-hoo,
seen-
anyone that drinks Yoo-hoo will beat the fuck out of anybody. Like the Snapple fan base is not violent enough to be like if they're like, hey, if we put it in plastic, they'll get mad, but they'll get mad. Yoo-hoo, like if we put it in plastic, they'll come here and they'll eat us.
Okay, that's plausible. That is plausible. That is plausible.
They'll come here and they'll eat us.
feed on us.
That is
They'll be
extremely
outside
plausible.
chewing through the metal. Like one guy will be like, "Why is it in glass?" Take a huge bite out of a metal gate, and they'll be like, "Yo, this is bad."
I've really never. I will never let that go, man. Like glass bottles are just so much better objectively for drink storage. Like it's just so.
You're right. You're
Especially,
right.
Yes.
It chills it better. It chills it better.
It gets it way colder, dude. It's way more secure.
Less taste follows out it. The
Yeah, it
taste
doesn't add a
stabilizes
stupid
better.
fucking taste to it, especially like when it's transferring. A lot of times when drinks are being transferred, like it's fucking cold, probably for like the last few minutes it was actually shipped. They don't turn that thing on for the entire time, so it's like hot as shit in the truck, and it just sweet fucking plastic chemicals are just seeping into it.
It's so
and we're all
annoying,
just becoming
dude.
all weird and deformed.
It's so frustrating, dude.
That's
I
why
love
I'm
Snapple, man.
69% plastic now, bro. I hate that shit.
You are 69% plastic.
I'm
There's plastic.
69% plastic. That's fucking terrible.
It's pretty bad.
I'm
man.
so plastic.
Plastic Man. Yeah. But yeah, don't trust people that drink Yoo-hoo. That if you see like cross the street, if you see a guy drinking Yoo-hoo, cross the fucking street.
If you see a guy drinking Yoo-hoo, don't let him know you saw him though. Like don't draw attention to it. Like notice him and then calmly cross the street.
When you see a man with Yoo-hoo, put on your shades.
Dude.
Put on your sunglasses when you see a man with Yoo-hoo.
So that,
yes,
don't
absolutely put on your shades. You need to put on your shades.
Because he's gonna notice and he's gonna eat you.
No, he's not gonna notice.
You gotta.
No. You don't understand. You have to put your shades on so you can survey him without him understanding that that you're surveying him. You know what I mean? Like you can.
What if they notice you with the shades on?
It doesn't matter because they're not going to. They're like fucking predators. They're like
28 days later. Like 28 days later. Have you guys seen 28 days later? You know when they run and just like looking around like shit so fast,
just doing the little thing and then taking a sip of the Yoo-hoo.
No, they bite the bottle.
Dude, I have they eat it like it's fucking sugar glass, man. Like it's fucking Willy Wonka eating the fucking teacups. That's heinous.
The way we just painted Yoo-hoo drinkers as subhuman.
Fuck them, man. They don't deserve glass. I mean, they don't deserve glass. What the fuck are you preserving?
They don't.
What taste? What flavor profile are you preserving with your fucking glass? Chocolate water? You savage?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here.
Funny,
Leave.
What's funny is that I bet the ones when they drink the when they come in like the paper bottle, the paper like ones. Because they have that paper Yoo-hoos. I bet they just eat that like a loaf of bread.
Paper? What are you saying? What?
There's a paper like the juice boxes of.
What, like a fucking snow cone? What do you mean?
No, but there's like Yoo-hoo juice boxes, like the boxes of Yoo-hoo. You've seen these before.
That's not paper.
Oh, like a high C, like a high C juice box.
Okay, that's not paper.
Like the pouches.
Okay, all right. That's not paper.
I bet they eat it like loaves of bread. I bet they just pick it up and start chewing on it like loaves of bread. They rip it apart. They rip it out.
Oh man,
they're psychos, man.
I have so little. Like I used to. It's humans. So funny. It's so funny too because like I remember. I'm sure I've told this story on the podcast before, but like I remember being a kid. I remember being like maybe 6 or 7 or whatever, and I loved Yoo-hoo. And then like literally one week on Wednesday I loved it, and on Thursday I couldn't stand it. I was like, what the fuck am I drinking? Like it was like overnight where I was like until like something.
Chris, you're half one of them. Chris, you're half one of them. If you love Yoo-hoo, you're half one of them. You got the gene for it in you.
That's how I know.
Your kid might be one of them.
That's how I know. That's how I know, man.
Your kid might be one.
That's the reason why I have this this deep hatred because I understand. You know what I mean?
Chris, you have a child. You have a child, and your child is like a regular 4-month-old baby. You bring Yoo-hoo in, and it gets up, it walks, and it picks up the Yoo-hoo and starts eating the glass bottle.
I've never. I will never. First up.
There's no blood in its mouth. Its mouth is like reinforced.
You slingshot that shit into the trash can afterwards.
Oh, you can't. It'll kill you. That toddler will be able to kill a grown man. You got to make sure, all right, cool. I'm gonna train you to be normal.
I gotta
keep you away from you.
It really is a miracle that Yoo-hoo still survives. Especially, like, first of all, it's already weird that a grown ass person would even drink chocolate milk. Like it is a little like as a beverage, you just go out of your way to drink chocolate milk. It is a little bit funny. But on top of that, like there's Nesquik. There's
bro,
like you would think that it would
not even because Yoo-hoo isn't even milk. It's chocolate drink. I'm not making that up. There's dude. If you go to convenience stores, you will find Yoo-hoo on the shelves unrefrigerated. And
it's not refrigerated.
That shattered my life when I saw that. I was like, that is unsafe to drink. No, chocolate beverages should not be fucking unrefrigerated. That's insane.
When I looked for Yoo-hoo the one time, and I was like, why is it not in a milk aisle? I changed at that moment. I grew up
it's an immediate shift because
I went from like a child to like an adolescent.
So
I was like, what the
dry
fuck?
milk. So there's basically no absolute So and then there's just a little bit of whey in it. So I see how It's like a
it's a fucking concoction, dude.
It's like a protein shake with no protein in it. It's so not. It doesn't satiate anything.
It's just shake. That's all it is. It's There's no
It is
milk.
funny.
It's just
They
shake.
call it chocolate drink, not chocolate milk.
It's crazy, man, because, dude,
so
I
funny.
respect chocolate milk, man. I like chocolate milk. I don't go out of my way to have it, but, like, you know what? If I'm feeling it
It's
every now and
delicious.
again, it's
Don't get me wrong.
delicious. I don't begrudge anybody for having a nice glass of chocolate milk, especially you can customize how chocolatey it is, dude. Like, it's great. It's a great drink. Top tier drink, sincerely. But, like, fuck, man. Yoo-hoo, there's something else going on in there. That's like it's like a fucking Shrek 2 potion or something. Like, what the fuck? How are you making this? What is it doing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't.
Look,
They
man,
don't,
you
they
want to
don't
have some
deserve
chocolate
glass.
milk, and if you're like, look, I don't really even drink milk anymore. Actually, I'm an almond
Me
milk
neither.
guy. But I just do like a vanilla almond milk, and then if you have some fucking Cocoa Puffs, I don't really do Cocoa Puffs either. But like on the rarity, then that fucking the leftover, that
Almond
shit
milk?
right
Yeah.
there,
Yeah, dude.
beautiful.
Yeah.
With some little bit of chocolate left
almond
over.
milk absorbs cereal really well. Like, I've noticed, just
Yeah.
generally,
I
like,
fucked with-
in comparison to
I
normal
like
milk.
almond milk, but I just wish I could drink regular milk, man. I miss regular milk.
Yeah, I'm not 100% lactose intolerant, but I'm enough to where I don't fuck with milk.
I drink
Yeah.
milk and then I just feel agony the whole rest of the day.
Agony.
It sounds
That's
like
a
you're
pretty
lactose
serious
intolerant
word.
then too.
100% I am.
I know there's
I've farted through my pants before, through fucking solid dickies, bro.
You blew them
Solid
out?
blew the back out of them out, and I was like, well,
Did I
I'm very far away from my house, so I just gotta walk it out through the streets like this.
Did I tell you that I didn't know? I don't know if I told you guys. I didn't know that was. I thought everyone was just like that. Everyone was like lactose intolerant when I was young, and I had a like a kickback at my house when I was like, I don't know, it was freshman year, and this girl, she just started pounding the milk in my fridge. Like, I'm talking about 3-4 glasses, and I was just looking at her like, you need to leave. You're gonna like fucking break my toilet, bitch. Like, you're gonna like, but I didn't know. She was like, no, I'm fine. I don't know what you're talking about. And that kind of like fucked me up because I never had this conversation with anyone. I just thought like, oh, milk fucks you up. I just thought like that's just what it does. And then, I didn't know that there's levels to this shit. Kind of blew my fucking mind.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, there's some people, and also people that just chug milk like that too anyway.
It's weird. It's a weird thing to chug.
You gotta watch them too. You gotta watch out for them too.
Yeah, they definitely like, they'll definitely eat your food off your plate if you look away. They'll definitely grab your whole plate, open their jaw, and push it all down their mouth.
Anyway.
And then put your plate back. It'll be clean.
Anyway, let's
Clean plates there.
Oh yeah, first one.
Yeah, nothing happened really this week, and which means I'm sure tomorrow all of the rest of the Friends cast is going to die. So let's. So before that happens, we're just going to go through some of your questions. We have 80 questions, and the November thread has. We have 83 questions, and the question thread has been open for just like not even a day yet. So come on over there, patreon.com/SnarkTank, and ask your question. You can get in for very cheap on this tier. So thank you all for supporting, but we got to get through these, otherwise we'll never finish.
Mm-hmm.
So Elber Gon wrote in with the first question. He's like, hello, hey, Puerto Rican, and certified Cholo Derek. Has your dark humor ever gotten you in trouble with normal folks / non-online people? For me, in the third grade... Okay, has your dark humor ever gotten you in trouble with normal folks / non-online people? For me in the third grade, a teacher was telling my Spanish class about a case where the... I'm not going to read this. I'm not going to read it.
Is it fun?
No, honestly, I'm not even joking. I just got so lazy that I didn't want to read the rest of it. I don't even know what the rest of it says. But the
finish
point,
it, dude.
No, but
Come on.
there's so much
It's
so
$5,
much of it left.
dickhead.
No, but
How much is
$5, Chris?
No, but his $5 doesn't mean anything to me. None of you mean anything to me. You all mean nothing to me. I'll kill all of you. No, I'm just joking. For me in the third grade, teacher was telling my Spanish class about a case where a man chained his child to a tree, and I blurted out, "Poor tree." Needless to say, my parents got a call from a very concerned teacher. That's just funny. That's not even a dark joke to me. That's like
I hate
good.
when teachers do that shit, dude. I know exactly what like.
I hate that
a harmless
stifling
bullshit joke.
Yeah, that's poor tree is a good response to that. I like that.
That's great. That's good.
But I had an experience like this sort of recently, or almost did, because like I thought I might have messed up for a second, but then I managed to turn it around and I won it over. But like we were at a friend's birthday dinner where we were at this Korean barbecue place, and it was a bunch of other content people and some close friends of mine. We were all kind of sitting there, and it was this girl that I've never met before. Is like a friend of a friend who was brought to this thing, and we were at this Korean restaurant, and she'd never had Korean barbecue before, and we were eating. It was like, yeah, man, it's super good. And I said, like, hey, man, there's like a secret menu where you can get it's on the download, but you can order a cat's face. And she was like, "That's not an." She was like, "That's not an okay joke." And I remember why. And I remember thinking like, "Why?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot that was even." I just genuinely thought that's cat's face racist. Would be a ridiculous thing to have on a menu. Period. But I forgot that there was even a stereotype oriented with that because like Asian eat cats.
Yes.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's not even in my mind.
Yeah, you didn't even think about it.
But so then I turned around and I was like, it's wild. I was like, it's wildly racist actually of you to assume that's what I meant. I just think it's bizarre. I just think it would be weird for you to be offered a cat's face. I don't know what you're on, but you made it weirdly racial for no reason. God bless you.
Also, I just would have hit her. I would have hit her.
Yeah. I should have actually put her face down on the grill. Really, is what I should have done, but but I didn't know her that well.
You hit her so hard.
You take a sip of Yoo-hoo and you start eating her.
Now I'm eating your face.
Hit her in blood.
That's so insane.
Did you turn back with the?
I love the idea of like. I think it's just because I find the idea of like serving faces really funny. Like the idea of like here's like it's like. Oh man, yeah. Can I get that? Can I get like a BLT with a pig's face? Like it's just so out of pocket and insane. Yeah, it is.
For me, it's very. I'm like I don't know. I'm very good at talking way out of situations, especially when it comes to like jokes. So I haven't gotten in trouble from it ever. I'm just like, eh.
That's the least interesting answer possible. So you have no.
It seemed like I was like, "Are you?" Go ahead.
No, genuinely, there's nothing. I'm like, whatever. Like, I might have said the N-word one time where I shouldn't have, and people got offended. I was like,
"Oh, yeah, that's
wrong. Why N-word's offended?" And everybody kept laughing or something like that.
Right. You just every time I think of my friend Alex.
Yeah, every time I think of the landing eventually.
Every time I think of my buddy Alex, his in high school, his grandpa recently died, and really close to him, and we were kind of insulting each other back and forth, and I didn't want to just be lazy and say like, "Oh, your mom" or whatever the default. So I tried to just think of a different family member, and my brain accidentally landed on your grandpa, and I was like, "Oh God!" Like I immediately was like, his reaction, he was like, "Fuck you," but like he said it in an okay way, and I was like, dude, I am so sorry. I did not.
The worst is when you gotta apologize about. I haven't apologized about a joke in a very long time.
It's been a long time.
I don't know if I can anymore. Like I feel like my pride would be like, nah, I said it.
I said it.
The thing is,
if I meant it, then I wouldn't apologize. But that was just a freak. Like, oops. You just land on a family member and like, oops, I chose grandpa. Bad timing.
That's pretty rough.
I used to make fun of my mom, and I'd be like, "That's kind of what happened." Is that I will always laugh at a funny joke. I will always swear by that. If a joke is funny, I'll laugh.
Yeah,
no matter what. If it's actually funny, there have been times people have made fun of my mom, and it's been funny, and I've laughed. And then I think about it, I'm like, "Dang, my bad, Ma. Hope you're doing good up there."
Yeah.
And then like I go back to like one like, "Dang, that was a funny fucking joke."
No, I feel you. I think, man, I found humor in my grandpa. I saw him on his deathbed, and he looked. So let me finish. You guys see? Your face is getting ahead of my story.
Yeah, you're right.
I saw him, and he looked awful. Right? He looked like a fucking zombie. Like he looked. It actually haunted my dreams for a minute. But when I saw him at the funeral. Like, normally I hate open caskets, but, like, seeing him at the funeral, like, erased that memory, and I was like, oh, good. And I actually had a dream again. And the thing is, though, it became, like, Shaun of the Dead type of a thing. My brain, like, kind of put it to rest to where the image of the zombie version of him was dealt with in a comedic way, essentially in my dream to kind of compartmentalize it. And I just remember waking up later and kind of laughing about it. That how fucked up is it that you're dreaming of like defeating your
zombie grandpa.
So I was like, what the fuck is this? And it felt pretty good afterwards because it was one of those things that we turned it around, man. We turned it around.
I want to make a really fucked joke about caskets, but I can't. There's a part of me I was like, man, I love open caskets. I'm always trying to get a nut off, but then I realized how fucked that is.
Yeah,
dude, open caskets are just they're never good, man. I've never seen.
Good, man.
Have you ever had seen like a dead body in the casket?
My grandpa was open casket, and that was good for me because I was like that was like a very good find because when he was sick in the hospital, obviously they wouldn't let me see him.
Same thing as me, right?
They were letting me see him, obviously.
Yeah.
But when he didn't look bad. My grandpa was a strong dude, so he was a big guy. I don't know. I'm probably way bigger than him now. Like when I think about it, I was little when he died.
Yeah,
he's not.
You're just pushing him and shit.
That nigga's dust. That nigga's dust. That nigga's the opposite of strong. But
that guy's a fucking Drake's coffee cake now.
But seeing him was good for me because I got to one last time I put my hand on my grandpa's head and I'm like I'll see you, grandpa. Like,
yeah, I'm not.
And it was good for me. It was good for me because I really like my grandpa was my. I don't have my father sucks. So my grandpa has always been my first father figure.
Your dad does suck.
I've had others in my life.
Your dad does suck.
I don't know anything about your dad.
My dad is horrible.
He's pretty bad.
Horrible.
He comes over to my place every now and again for poker night, but like he sucks.
Why is my dad? My dad would hate you, Chris.
Yeah, of course he would.
I couldn't imagine my dad hanging out with you. I would be so puzzled. I'd be like, what are you doing here?
He comes here purely to disrespect my home.
I'm like, what are you doing here? He doesn't
come to see you though. Does he not come to does he not make a stop by your house, Kingston?
I don't even live far from Chris. That's pretty close. If you're coming away from New York to visit my Chris, you might as well stop at my place.
He doesn't even. He's like, nah, fuck that.
He's like, nah, fuck that nigga, man.
That's crazy. I kind of respect parents that feel that way. You know, the ones that don't feel obligated to love their kids are just like, man, fuck this kid. There's there's a little bit of respect.
There's no respect
that is
for that.
So crazy that I kind of respect it.
Not loving your children is crazy. Not loving your children for no reason is crazy.
But that's what I mean. There's a level of respect in it and not like trying to play like
I'm not trying to adhere to these rules. Like bitch. Fucking you brought it into this world.
Dude, I could easily not love my kids. Watch me.
I could for a reason. Not for no reason. For no reason not loving your kid.
What if your son drank Yoo-hoo?
Well, I would have to curve it because they can still be normal functioning people, but if you don't suppress that gene, they'll become monsters.
No, Yoo-hoo people cannot be normal people. Yoo-hoo people must be.
You can normalize them.
Look, I know this is like
about that.
I know this is a weird time to be saying shit like this based on like what's happening in the world, but like I think Yoo-hoo people need to be called like sincerely. Like
if you could normalize a sociopath, you can normalize a Yoo-hoo person. It'll be more difficult for the Yoo person, but it's possible.
Yeah. All right. Well,
because Yoo people are just born with extra strength. They're more predatory by nature.
Yeah.
They're stronger. Right. They're faster. They're more dangerous. But they can still be taught how to be humans.
He's so stupid.
Are you all right, Derek? Did you choking on your drink there?
Yeah, fucking.
What if Derek's camera veered over and there was a Yoo-hoo? A Yoo-hoo freshly banded the glass is fresh. I'm like, look, he's one of them. He's one of them.
I wouldn't feel betrayal, but I would feel something weirdly close.
I'm sure you guys would want to cancel doing the podcast in person.
We would at least take a week off.
I'm sorry, guys. I hate that I held this for you guys so long.
Derek, finding out that Derek had a Yoo-hoo just off screen, like off stage left, would at least make us pause the podcast for a week. It would be like if there was like an intense. Like if one of us died, you know what I mean? And we had to like figure out like what the fuck we're going to do. Like it would be like a week of just like, all right, well, we gotta sort this shit out.
I wouldn't talk to Derek anymore. I'd be like, I invited you to my home. I've let you sleep in my home before.
Can you imagine,
fucking
can you imagine having a podcast with somebody? Can you imagine doing a podcast with somebody that you refuse to speak to? So you just refuse to talk to Derek, and then so I'm talking to Derek, I'm talking to you. No one's. I love that idea. I want to do a podcast where I want to do a podcast with 3 people that don't want to speak to each other and won't address each other. That's what I want.
So pretty much everyone's on mute for everybody else. So we just mute the podcast and we're just talking.
It's just 3 separate audio tracks of people talking by themselves. All right. If you spread your ass, does it almost feel like you've been gaped before? Wrote in. He says, "Hello, Twink Bear and Otter. What is the worst possible game to mod so everyone is nude?"
Worst possible game.
It's a good question.
Harry Potter.
No,
probably Harry Potter.
Probably like Tetris or something, right?
Well, I mean, I'll put some tits on some bricks. I don't care about that.
I'll put tits on bricks, man.
I just mean for the I think the Hogwarts games are all kids or some shit. So I think that would be like
that's a good point. Yeah. So like any children game.
Yeah. So like I was trying to think of another children game. But that was the first one that popped in my head.
Yeah, I can't think of any. Like there's My Street for the PlayStation 2, which is fucking horrible. But but that's such a deep cut that I can't even imagine. I can't imagine 90% of the people listening to this and even know what the fuck that is. But yeah, fucking that's a good answer. Actually,
everybody's nude. Mario.
Why?
Mario got too big of a dick. It'll really fuck up the energy of the game if you see how big his cock is. I'm pretty sure.
Dragging on the floor. That'd be pretty
cool. When he like slaps a Goomba in the head with it, and the Goomba just blows up.
That's my kind of Mario, man. Yeah.
I need a raccoon tail.
And then like somehow Peach has a bigger dick than him.
Let's go. Now we're getting
got the
somewhere.
Rifle.
Now
it's
we're
like
talking.
Wrapped on her neck, like she does a spin, and like her dick is like dragging on the floor around it, and then she spins fast enough that it's like out, and it's like a helicopter, like when Crash does a twirl, and it flips out to hit people.
I like this lore. This is shake it up.
When I was a kid, I used to think. I really did used to think that was like a valid combat strategy. Like if you just had your arms, if you had your hands out with your like fists like clenched and you just twist it around real quick, like that was like a good way to do a lot of damage. Like I really believed that for at least a little bit because it seemed so effective for Crash Bandicoot. Dude's breaking through wooden boxes and shit.
What's spinning and punching? Well, spinning and punching does a ton of damage.
No, not like spinning and punching. Spinning like this. Just like with your arms outstretched, you probably just hurt yourself. Really, is what you're probably just.
You have to be really strong to do something like that.
So spinning back fist in fighting, like in MMA, is actually pretty effective, but it is a high probability that you'll break something.
Yeah.
Also, you miss a lot.
It's just too much force. You do miss a lot just because, you take your eye off the prize, but like a lot of times people break their hands, then they break their arms when they do that shit. It's a terrible.
But I've also seen it connect and like level people. Like
a lot of people got knocked out by spinning when you spin, but it's just not a good. It's high risk, high reward, man.
That's how Vern Troyer died, I think.
Just spinning punch people. Just do a spinning punch, man. Or do a spinning kick, man.
He shattered his arms.
When those shits land, bro.
Bled out.
Can you imagine doing a spinning backhand punch to Vern Troyer of all people? Vern Troyer. So for people who are listening who might not know, Vern Troyer is the small, like the little person actor who played fucking Mini-Me in Austin Powers.
He's dead. Also, he's
very dead. Yeah, that's why I'm joking
Corpsed
about
it.
Up. He's been dead for a long ass time, and there was so little of him to begin with that he's definitely just like dust by now. So
yeah, dust in the wind.
Might as well feed him to something,
Yeah.
Might as well feed him to
Pour
something.
YouTube on his corpse. I wonder what would happen.
He comes back.
Yeah, you think it has any reanimation properties?
Yeah. Can you imagine Vern Troyer? Can you imagine Vern Troyer with the symbiote?
Yoo-hoo is literally the shit from the Reanimator. It's literally that goop from the Reanimator. It's literally the same properties as that shit. It just turns you into a feral beast and it brings you back to life.
Oh man, I hate how prevalent Yoo-hoo is in this Derek is gonna be the Yoo-hoo episode.
It makes it easy for me.
It should be like a thumbnail of like Derek holding a Yoo-hoo, like for the thumbnail, like putting it in camera. When, like if you only have canine teeth, you only have canine.
That's so stupid. It's like Nosferatu and shit. Just
you look like
fucking
a monster, dude.
Yeah. I'll figure it out.
So dumb. All right. Mikey wrote in, says, hello, Rick, Topher, and Stan. I don't like that at all. Not even
Stan.
I guess it's the last half of all of our names, I guess, because Rick, Topher, and Stan. I wanted to write in to give Sweeney some overdue props. As goofy and out of pocket as he can be, he's funny as fuck and is correct about things a lot more often than he gets credit for. So cheers to you, Sween. And for the other boys, my question is this. What is something you must begrudgingly admit that Sweeney is right about? Nothing.
That's crazy.
There's nothing.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but I mean, I know there's been plenty of like, you're right or concessions or what. I just can't think of anything like nothing.
The thing is, I'm so out of pocket that when I'm right, people argue automatically because of how often I'm out of pocket. And I understand. You guys got to. You guys let me be. I'll do some fuck shit will happen. I'll do some fuckery.
I can't think of anything specifically.
You got to do it.
Yeah,
I can't think of anything specifically. I'm sure there's
like
something.
That guy that the person that wrote in, they probably have an example in their mind or something. So there you go.
Yeah, you should have wrote in. You should have wrote in, Mikey. Yeah, I'm curious.
Don't blame
the example
Let
was.
me, man. Don't.
The only one that I could think of, and it was like semi-intentional, was the Krabby Patty with the onion.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. That was great.
Which was more of like a gaslighting
that shit
attempt.
Made me so on this.
That was the best
I know what I'm
gaslight.
looking at.
Oh, so good. Yeah. I saw it too, and I was like, "Oh shit, it's there!" And then I didn't say shit. I didn't say nothing.
Oh shit, it's there.
Just the first rule.
Oh shit, it's there.
Speaking of gaslighting,
I didn't say nothing.
Speaking of gaslighting, the ghost of Mama JF wrote in. She says, nice. Hello, my children. Hello, my children. Have you ever fallen for Chris's gaslighting? I did for the Full Metal Sheen bullshit. I was out delivering pizza when I first heard that and created the memory of me watching the fake show. Also, Dr. Drew died. Oh yeah,
so
we haven't killed Dr. Drew in a while. Full Metal Sheen. I'll never be more proud of a gaslighting campaign in my life because I was like really committed to that bit for like years, and I would tell like when I would first meet people, I would tell them about it, and I told so many people about it that people edited. People edited a Wikipedia to like make it real, so that when people would look it up, they would see. If you didn't look into it further, you'd be like, "Holy shit, it's real." But that entry is gone now. It's completely gone. Like somebody wiped it.
Someone scrubbed it.
I believed a few things Chris said when we were like teenagers, and then I was like, "Oh no, this guy's he just lies. He just lies and he makes up fucking falsehoods." It was funny because Lily didn't know that you were a bullshitter so often. So there's been times where she's repeated things you said, and I'm like, Lily, that is absolutely not real. He's lying.
Wait, can you give me an example?
Why would he lie? And just like that's the point.
Can you please give me an example of something that I convinced Lily of?
You said something ridiculous about like a cat doing something one time, and I was just like, a cat doing math. And then Lil was like, yeah, apparently I heard a cat did math one time. And I was like, Lil,
that's
cats
awesome.
Can't do math.
It's awesome. Just like take that at face value.
Do math. And she was like, what do you mean? I was like, honey, they're not. That's like a fucking huge stepping stone in evolution. Like being able to do quantified numbers is something that only I think like humans and maybe apes can do. She was like, why would Chris lie about that? And I was like, it's because of this. It's because of this thing that happened.
It's exactly
all he wants
that.
is to know this happened.
Exactly. You knowing that happened has fed me sincerely. Like I feel like I bet you can even feel like I'm glowing a little bit more. Like that actually like sustained me in a way that protein doesn't. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. I love it's.
I get it.
I don't know, man. If it's just all in good fun and it's just like for a joke and like it's just like funny, I'll absolutely just bullshit to people constantly. I like it. But the thing is, I've also given I also ran into the problem where like when I say things, people don't trust me now because I just make shit up so much. But to my credit, I have held to this. Whenever there is something that I am genuinely serious about, and it sounds ridiculous or sounds like something that I would lie about, I will genuinely say, like, listen, I know that sounds like something that I would lie about, but I'm not joking. And if I make that clarification, I'm telling the truth sincerely. I've never broken that. That is a truth promise. Absolutely. But if I don't say that, it's I'm 100% fucking lying to you. 1,000,000%.
I don't know.
2,000% I'm lying to you.
The idea of Chris getting beaten, like in the Pokemon movie, the first one, where like Ash gets turned into stone and then all the Pokemon have to cry to bring him back. The idea of Chris being like dying and everybody's like, just say some of the bullshit Chris has said, you would have people believe it. And
gaslight someone quick.
Yeah.
And he starts coming back, and then eventually he's like, I'm back. I am at full power again. He stands up. Because people just kept fucking lying to each other. People kept lying, and it brought you back to life.
Did you guys see these Obama dick pics? And then I slowly rise.
Right, let's go.
I slowly come to life.
He's stupid. That's stupid.
I remember, this almost doesn't count, but like I still kind of count it because it was still an absolute lie and it was just such complete bullshit. But the people who believed it were very drunk, so it's kind of like a half victory. But I remember when we had our Chicken's Giving party when we rented out that house to throw that ridiculous party where we watched like Spider-Man 3 in the living room and fucking drank like crazy. And we were all watching, I think we were watching Pirates of the Caribbean or something, in the living room, all hammered. And I said, when the titles came on, I said, this is a friend of ours' girlfriend, but I'll never forget it. I was like, you know what's really crazy is that like Pirates of the Caribbean spelled backwards is still Pirates of the Caribbean. And this girl was like, no way. And she earnestly believed it because she was so drunk. I will never forget that for as long as I live.
And that's all he needed. Chris is gonna live 6 more years because of that.
Dude,
six more years of life.
Dude, I had amazing sex immediately after that, purely because of that. Like, if that didn't happen, it would have been like, oh man, I'm not even in the mood, man. I'm not even in the mood. I don't know. Pussy's not really that interesting to me right now. But nothing. Oh, I successfully gaslit. I successfully made somebody I made someone believe that Pirates of the Caribbean spelled backwards was still Pirates of the Caribbean. Let's go.
It's pretty good.
I lied to a woman. I can't
wait.
We're
not
happy.
sleeping tonight.
Yeah.
We're not. It's over. But anyway, thank you for the question. Thank you for the question.
Telling somebody that you're done. You're doomed. It's proceeding to fuck the rest of the night.
Oh man, Pile of Crumbs wrote in. He says, "Hey, sexist, racist, and xenophobe. What's the dumbest thing you or a friend did for money besides a job or some shit? I had a friend back in high school who ate a bug off the ground for a singular buck." A singular buck.
A singular buck.
That terminology is.
I don't think I've
ever heard anybody use the term singular buck before. I like that.
Yeah, because it's redundant.
And a singular dollar.
You don't need to say it. But
I love it.
It's emphasis. I get it. I like it.
I love it. The emphasis of it is singular buck. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I guess people. I guess that's a person who would. You know what that is though? That's somebody who would eat a bug off the ground for free.
I'm trying to be like that, bro. Remember I told you guys the last episode? I'm trying to be like that. Like I'm fucking like just a creature of instinct, you know?
Like a feral imp.
You know what you got to do.
Because that's living, you know? I'm tired of being alive, and I want to start living more, you know?
I kind of know what you mean, yeah.
Such a stupid
That's
quote.
why that's
no, it's
I'm
not.
tired
it's
of leaving and being alive, so I want to start living. What the hell is that?
I agree with it. I know what you're talking about. That's why I don't have. That's why I specifically avoid health insurance. I don't have health insurance at all.
I mean,
all right?
I get what you're saying, but it still just sounds so stupid.
I have health insurance.
Anything I say just sounds fucking ridiculous now. Like, I'm aware that it's gotten to the point now that no matter what, when I speak, it sounds fucking crazy.
I mean, Chris ruined you by doing it's kind of somewhat gaslighting the whole I hate the gays thing.
Yeah, dude.
No matter what, it set the tone for you forever.
Exactly. Like, I can be talking about something really serious, and everyone's like, "Yo, dude." You're a monster. You're not a real person.
Okay,
Dude,
first
Josh
of all,
Barnett thinks I'm insane.
That is the funniest thing ever.
Josh Barnett thinks I'm someone that needs to be culled.
That is
He's
the
like,
funniest.
if he starts acting crazy, I'll handle him. I'll take him down for you guys.
I was just thinking about that the other fucking day. I literally was thinking about that the other day.
I was just thinking about that this morning.
I spoke to him a few days ago, and I was just like, dude, like, you don't have to be afraid. He's like, nah, man, you're a wild card, and I gotta watch out for you. And I'm like, you don't, Josh. You can kill people. You don't have to worry about me.
You have Josh Barnett looking over his shoulder. You understand?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Also, it's like, I understand. So like, aha, I hate the gays. That was like a little joke, a little meme. That does not. You have carried that into places that I did not set up for you. Okay, like
That's
I set
not
it
true.
up. I set it up as a
tame.
joke. You all right? Well, there's no point in even engaging. There's no point in even engaging.
Are you saying Chris? Are you saying I have not balanced out over the years and I've gotten far more tame than I was before?
Kingston, it doesn't matter because here's the thing. I had to edit you into saying something that ridiculous. I have not had to edit a single thing that you've ever said since then. You have done everything. Every insane take you've ever had, every like out of pocket thing you've ever said. That's you. That's your brain. I have not had to.
That's not me.
Deceivingly
It's not
edit
me.
You. It's you.
Not me. It's not. I'm not that. I'm not that.
Yeah, Josh begs to differ. He begs to differ.
Who?
Josh Barnett. He begs to differ.
If I got loud in a place, he would walk up to me and be like, yo, you need to calm down, buddy. That's what makes it scary.
Yeah, because he's nervous. He's nervous. He's like, dude, like, I gotta quiet this guy down before he becomes too powerful.
When you speak loudly,
somebody, I gotta get involved.
When you speak loudly, Josh Barnett's central nervous system shakes like independently of his body. Like he's
like in Japan, like, whoa, he's gonna do something.
whoa. Oh my god!
Flies over. Just I got to do something about this.
Oh my god!
Cancel all my wrestling matches. I need to go now.
I gotta go put this guy down, or he's gonna do something that everyone's gonna pay for. What were we saying, Chris? We were like, this kid is gonna be like, everyone is gonna pay for what this kid did. This kid's gonna do something that affects everybody.
Yeah, we were talking about someone else. I don't remember whose kids we were talking about. We were talking about like our friends' kids or like people we know's kids. Something like whatever their future kids would be.
I forgot who it was.
I don't remember either. It wasn't important. It was, but the joke was that like, everyone else is going to have to pay for that kid. Like we're all going to have to suffer the consequences.
Kid's gonna do something that everyone's gonna have to be like, God damn, this affects me too now.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think we answered his question.
No, the question about what's the most out of pocket thing that we've ever done for money?
Wild, similar to the bug thing. I've never done anything too crazy, but this one I felt terrible for a while. Where I was on the way to the mountains. I went to a church retreat a couple of times because there's some good pussy there, and I was trying to see what's up. And so this dude made a concoction. It was like Jell-O, Tic Tacs, Skittle or M&Ms. Was M&Ms, some other bullshit. It was the Tic Tacs. Like everything would have been fine. He gave me $5 to eat the bowl. And I was like, well, $5, why not? Yeah, an entire thing of Tic Tacs. Dude, I felt so clean. My insides felt so like that feeling, that minty feeling. I felt it all through my insides. It was terrible.
I feel like a fucking dryer sheet. That's crazy.
Clean.
Yeah, $5 though. I got $5.
I guess the only thing that I can vaguely remember that I have experienced, I'm sure I've seen people do outrageous things for money, but I've seen it so many times that nothing really sticks out. The only thing that I can remember was in the 6th grade. This girl gave me $5. I don't remember if it was $5. Maybe it might have been $1. I don't even remember. I don't know. Whatever. Like it was a menial amount of money, but like it was a lot for a child because I was like, oh man, I could get like a Hershey bar with this. And she was like, can I kiss you? And she was like it wasn't. I wouldn't have, I wouldn't have done it, but I was like, yeah, I mean, for $1, yeah, whatever. But that was like 6th grade. That's the only thing that I can remember.
That was your destiny. You went a different route, right? You could have been a fucking gigolo. That was the beginning, and you ignored it.
I think it was just some really insecure girl who had a crush on me, and then that I would never look at in a million years.
I have never been offered money to do anything to a woman. That was
the only time in my life, though. To be fair, so like, I've
definitely been done dumb shit for money, but I can't remember anything of it. Like I've never done anything. I've never kissed anyone for money. I've never done something like that. But I've definitely, like, I don't know,
bro,
like set fires for money or shit like that, or like
Jesus
I don't know,
Christ,
like eating like rats out the sewer for money, but like nothing like crazy.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
Like I definitely like hunted rats in like Harlem 125th, grabbed the rat and ate it, and I'm like, "Where's my dollar?" And I give you $1.
Yeah, I would bite the skin tags off of elderly Italian woman for like $5, but like, I mean, there's nothing crazy. Fucking. I went into the Bronx Zoo and like gross. Beat a gorilla half to death and was like, sick, where's my 15 cents? As I climb out bloody. Yeah. I used to provide the service. I used to provide the service for people where I would go to people's houses and wipe their asses with my bare hands. But like, I mean, like, aside from that, it was just like fucking
oh my God.
Not really that big of a deal. Like nothing crazy.
like I know I've definitely done fuckery for money. Like I've definitely, because our friends are the kind of guys that would do shit like that, especially when we were younger. We were definitely those kinds of kids.
Yeah,
but I just don't know.
There's like moments that you probably compartmentalize. They're deep in your subconscious that you don't want to bring to the surface. I imagine.
Like I've definitely open hand smacked a pregnant woman for like 6 cents, but like that's nothing real. Like that's who hasn't done that.
That's a bargain. That's
I get to hit her, and you're giving me any sort of commerce.
Any sort of
commerce. She falls on her stomach though. That's how you get the most benefit out of it.
That is so fucking outrageous.
Baby just shoots out of her.
Yeah, I mean, when I was in school,
when you shoot the cans off those weird like oblong tubes on like fucking like tanker missions, and they just go flying.
Yeah, I mean, when I was in like middle school, like my friends would like pay me like $5 a piece to watch me like shit up my own back, into my hat, down my face, and into my own mouth so I could eat it. But like aside from that, it's like, you know, I've never really.
I've been thinking about that shit, dude. I've been thinking about that.
You turn to venom, bro. That's crazy.
I've been thinking about that.
Hard it like falls over your
I've been thinking about that too.
You're so frustrated and hungry. It's so funny.
It is a reference to the last episode, but like I've been thinking about that for a while. I've thought about that premise for a long time because like it was like you and me, Kingston, right? Where we learned about like babies shitting up their own backs because they were so small. We didn't
know that was real. The fact that I didn't know that was real is because I found that out after I had nieces and nephews that I grew up with. I didn't. My nieces and nephews never did. They never had explain. They would have shit where they shit out their pamper. But they never shit straight up their own backs. Like there's shit in their hair. Like
crazy. It's so crazy. And the idea the thing that I love about it is just like, okay, that's first of all, that's so fucking disgusting for a baby by itself. But like, but then to imagine the amount of force needed to do that for an adult with the amount of like mass. I don't know, man. I love it. That premise is so fucking hysterical to me. Oh god! All right, let's fucking.
Anyone that shits up their own back as an adult human needs to go to sleep, man.
Yeah.
That's incredible. As an adult,
Richter 86.
That's incredible.
Richter 86 impersonator. He goes, "Hey fellers, sort of late, vaguely Halloween related question. It's whatever, you know. Halloween just ended. We're fresh off the heels. What is the best, most S tier chocolate/candy bar? I've always been a big advocate for the Kit Kat myself. Thanks for the entertainment, you pathetic goblins." Thank you, Richter, for your question.
Kit Kat. I don't think. Not Kit Kat. I would put Kit Kat in like a B. They're good. I like them a lot, but they're not special enough.
So for me, A tier. There's an A tier.
Easy.
Have regular Hershey bars there.
Almond Joy, exactly. Oh well, yeah.
Regular Hershey's has to be there.
That's crazy. No.
They're perfect.
No, they're not. They're not
simple.
perfect
It's
at
just
all.
chocolate.
Look,
They're not
man,
perfect at all.
I understand that you enjoy them like that, but I feel like the same way how I love plain vanilla ice cream, a lot of people wouldn't just put like a plain vanilla as an S tier.
Why would they not?
Because it's bare bones.
It's
bare
simplistic
bones.
beauty.
It's good, but it's not. It ain't S tier, man.
It's like painting with one color. It's beautiful still.
No, it's not.
I mean, it is, but it's not.
Yes,
it's
it
not
is.
S tier though.
First of all, you can't paint with one color because then it's just
Yes,
one
you
color.
can.
Then it's just one color.
That's the
then
whole
it's just
thing.
no. You need more than one color
You
to
don't
make a
paint
painting.
the whole thing that one color, Chris. But you paint. You don't.
But that's
throw
what I'm
all
saying.
one color on the canvas.
But that's what I'm
you
saying.
use one color to paint the picture.
That's
It's
still using
beautiful.
multiple colors. It's still using the negative color space of the canvas.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Look, I think on average people would enjoy multiple colors more than one color.
Yeah.
Dude, y'all are.
Look,
you
man,
drink
it's just,
Yoo-hoo, so whatever. That's clearly why you guys think this
it
fucking
is
crazy.
fine.
Shit.
Look, why can't you acknowledge that? Like, just I acknowledge with my vanilla, I love Haagen-Dazs vanilla. I fucking love a pint of Haagen-Dazs vanilla. I think it's the best.
Okay,
But-
so what
yeah.
about French vanilla?
French vanilla is. I mean, I like French vanilla too, but I just there as far as all the ice creams I've had, the Haagen-Dazs plain vanilla is fire to me. But I feel like most people would disagree.
Dude, that sherbet vanilla where it's like kind of yellow is really fucking. That's a great vanilla, man. That like of all the vanillas I've had, it's like this is fucking dope vanilla. Whatever the fuck this is.
Okay, so what about like, there's the crunch? I like the crunch. I like Kit Kats a lot. That's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
ever-
My personal. What is your
Crunch
personal
bars.
favorite? What is your personal favorite?
I would say probably Reese's.
Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yeah,
I think I
but
might
even
be-
then,
that's
they kind of.
Reese's peanut butter cup is S tier. There's one in my fridge right now. Like that. That is.
Yeah, I have
But I
some in
like
my-
them
I have
less
some
the
in-
more
I have some
them.
in my
Like, if I
freezer
have
right now,
them too
too.
often, I like them less.
nice. And the freezer's dope. The best way.
Dude,
Yeah, hell yeah,
man. Dude, I've told that to people and they've been so confused by it. Where it's like, dude,
That's
like, how would you
crazy.
not? Wait, is it? It's crazy that I put my Reese's in the freezer. Or it's crazy
No,
that people.
people think it's weird that you freeze. Like everyone freezes chocolate. Like that's a thing
there's
people
certain.
do.
You can freeze most chocolates. You can't freeze a Twix, otherwise you're kind of fucked.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, you can't freeze caramel. It doesn't work.
But like,
It doesn't work.
dude, like it's so good. Like that satisfying snap, and then like there's nothing on your hands afterwards. It's like it doesn't melt
great.
or anything. It's like it's so, dude. Cold Reese's are. I almost feel like regular Reese's peanut butter cups aren't even in S tier by themselves. I feel like they need that freezer to really be up there. Like I feel like a normal Reese's peanut butter cup at like room temperature is like maybe low A. But
Look,
like
room
in
temperature
that freezer,
is insane because that shit melts
that-
right away.
it melts immediately. The second you touch it, it melts.
Yeah,
And it's
But
like,
yeah,
this
if,
is
if
great.
if it's chilled, amazing, absolute S tier, right? If you can have a cup of vanilla almond milk with it, fuck, there is. So it's best snack.
But there's others. There's Crunch Bars.
Sure.
Crunch Bars, fantastic.
What Crunch Bar?
Crunch Bar.
Like Nestle? Like Nestle?
That's a Crunch Bar.
Oh, okay.
I remember
There's,
they had a thing. They had a thing where they had like M&Ms in the Crunch Bars for a little bit, and I really liked those.
Babe Ruth?
That sounds cool.
Babe.
Babe
I'm not.
amazing.
I feel like that's old people shit.
That's like
I
a
don't
good
know.
year kind of.
There's
It's
no
like a.
Goodyear is more elderly, but Babe Ruth is good, man. It's just some.
Look, I feel
some
like
peanut butter-
Snickers would obviously have to be up there. 'Cause I feel
Snickers,
like Snickers is the like. Look, personally, I don't eat Snickers very often, but when I see people talk about a perfect candy bar because it kind of has a little bit of everything in it, like it's got your nougat, it's got your peanuts, it's got your caramel. It satiates.
This might be a very shocking thing for you guys to hear. I've never had a Snickers.
I'll be
in my
honest.
life.
I'll be honest. I like them, but people would probably be like, "You're crazy." Look. So when I'm eating a candy bar, I don't need an immense amount of crunch in it. I don't need peanuts in my fucking candy bar.
Yeah,
I
me
think
neither.
a Milky Way is better. I think a Milky Way is better because a Milky Way is kind of like a fucking one, but no peanuts in it and shit.
For me, my thing is this, right? I exist in the extremes of I like blandness,
Right.
but then I also like really robust flavors.
Yeah.
So like I like
He either
regular chocolate.
eats plain white rice or roaches off the ground.
Exactly.
there's no in between.
My spectrum is vast, bro. Plain white, so fucking big ass roaches off the
You know what I
wall in
found out?
fucking inner city apartments.
You know what I found out recently? That fucking if people have allergies specifically to like lobster, they're also allergic to roaches.
Really?
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
That, like, how did somebody find that out? They didn't ate the roach.
Well,
and
you know,
fuck.
I'll tell you how they found it. I tell you how they found it out. This is how I found out. I was like on TikTok scrolling through TikTok, and Joe Rogan came up, and he was on Fear Factor. He was talking, and he was like, "Oh man, like, well, they were asking people like what their allergies were. It's like, oh, somebody had like a shellfish allergy, like specifically to lobsters and crabs and stuff like that. And they were like, okay. And one of the challenges was to eat roaches, and he ate roaches, and he had the fucking same exact reaction that he had to the fucking lobster. So like they had to like get like ambulances in there, and I'm like, I knew it. I fucking knew it this whole fucking time. There are obviously bugs. People trying to convince me that it's different, but they're the same fucking creature.
Bugs. If anybody says differently, they're like fucking all of those. They're like lobsters, shrimps. They're sea bugs.
No, but dude,
like
the fact that they're similar enough to trigger the same exact allergy is amazing to me. Like that's all I needed.
You
really
saying this, I feel like I almost ripped out of my own skin and blew up because of how much I hate the fact that people eat seafood, period. Like people like seafood in general. Like how could how could you look at a lobster and be like, I could like to eat that?
Well, I feel you.
Disgusting, dude.
I feel you with that. Like they do, especially shrimp look absolutely just disgusting.
People are so fucking gross.
The
like there was
beady
one time
eyes
I went to K Barbecue with Joe, and Joe had the nerve. He had the nerve. The fucking nerve. I was gonna snap at him, but Lily was like, calm down. He had the nerve to put fucking calamari on a grill I was gonna use, bro. I was like, you piece of shit. I was so I haven't gotten that mad in a long time.
First of all, I want to separate things a little bit. I love calamari. Calamari is fucking delicious.
Fucking bastard.
I don't think squid or octopus should be eaten. Okay. I just don't. I don't believe
You're probably right about that.
You should be shot at.
Why? What do you mean? Calamari is delicious.
How could you eat that?
I know it's delicious, but it shouldn't fuck with those things, man.
How could you go to bed? How could you dare?
Because it's not a fucking insect.
How dare could you walk upright and attempt to live as a civilized human after eating an alien like that? That thing fell from the sky, bro.
You know who eats the most? You know who eats the most aliens, Kingston? By your estimation, the most probably civilized society on the fucking planet that doesn't litter all over their fucking city, that is like polite, that actually puts masks on just because they're kind of sick a little bit, and they have advanced technology. That's the people you're talking about. So shut the fuck up. Eat your calamari.
We bombed them. We bombed them into subservience.
Yeah, you know what? No,
passiveness.
And it made them stronger.
You know why?
And it made them because stronger.
No, they didn't get stronger. They changed. Now they draw women with vascular big dicks now. That's what they do now.
Well, we do that. No, we do that specifically.
They do that too, bro. They got popular because of them.
I actually don't think so. I think it got popular here before. I think they learned.
Isn't the name called Fuda? Isn't that their invention or something?
I think that's Weaves. I think that's Weaves who did that.
Maybe
they give women pipes now for no reason.
Me and Colin talk about this too. Like sometimes the idea of like, is there like a Japanese weeb, like somebody in Japan who's like, I really love cowboys and Xbox. You know what I mean? Like,
I've seen not in Japan, but I saw a Chinese man on 90 Day Fiance. He was literally that.
What's his name? Is one of those
cowboys.
I guess Kojima.
What's his name? Oh my god, Metal Gear Solid creator.
Yeah, he just said it.
What's you said Kojima, sorry, my bad. I was talking and thinking, I didn't think about it. But yes, Kojima, literally Kojima's that.
Yeah, I guess in some way, yeah.
Yeah.
In some ways, his whole game franchise is an 80s movie.
But he's also like very successful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I kind of think,
that's true.
Do you think he's going to kill Norman Reedus and like replace him?
He already killed Norman Reedus.
Oh yeah,
that's a fucking android or something, and he's going to unveil it to the world one day. He's going to like, for my next game, I've killed Norman Reedus, and I've been walking around with this Norman Reedus android. You haven't noticed because my next game is about my next game is about how not unique humanity is, and how easy to replicate the human experience is, to the point where even society didn't even notice that Norman Reedus was dead for months.
That'd be crazy.
Featuring Norman Reedus and Guillermo del Toro for some reason. Here's Guillermo del Toro in his new game.
I don't know, man. I read hard for Death Stranding. I love Death Stranding. But
throw a bag of money.
But I'll say this, man. I understand aversions to shellfish and all that shit. I get it, man. They're objectively insects. We have direct things to compare them to. octopuses, I would agree, like squid, as where Derek goes, like they probably shouldn't be eaten because they're so fucking smart. At the same time, calamari is really good.
It's just not good. Like
shockingly good.
I just can't.
Like, you get that lemon on it. You squeeze the lemon on it, and it's like like I love good calamari. But that's also specifically because it's also specifically because it's not an insect. If it was if we had like land octopuses, you know what I mean, like land squids, I probably wouldn't be fucking eating calamari.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just not. Yeah, those aliens, those smart aliens. I'm not a fan. I've been eating meat less and less because it's just the right thing to do. It's just the right thing to do, man. It's just the right thing to do. I mean, I don't know if I'd ever go full blown vegetarian, but it just after a while, like my stupid brain starts thinking, and I'm like, God damn it, I'm contributing to all this shit.
No, see, I'm the opposite. Yeah. I know. I feel like time is running out for us to be able to do that without a moral problem. So, like, I'm going to take advantage of the amount of time that we do have when we can eat meat in peace without it being some big fucking. Like, imagine in like 10 years, eating meat is like as controversial as Israel-Palestine. You know what I mean? Like, I want to make sure that I get as much meat in before that point as possible.
I will only stop eating meat is if animals gain sentience enough to be added to society in the same way that I am. I will stop eating meat then immediately. I'll stop eating the next day.
Tell you what, I'll stop eating the animals when they ask me to stop.
Exactly.
Until then,
when the chicken's like, I feel,
so
and I don't want you eating me because it's not okay.
When the cow, I'm really sorry. When the cow can turn to me and say, "Excuse me, sir, please don't," then maybe I'll consider it.
Maybe
I'll stop. Maybe. I'll be like, yo, you got it.
In another 200,000 years, maybe you'll consider it.
Yeah, another 200,000, and then
we're still gonna stomp your head in. We're still gonna stomp your head in, Mr. Cow. But I'm not gonna eat you. I'm just gonna kill you for sport.
Even then, it's contingent on the complexity of the vocabulary. Like, how many words do you know, really? 100?
Oh
come
my
on.
God. No.
The idea of at that moment killing animals for sport is crazy.
Don't kill me. Nah, not enough. Not smart enough yet.
Not enough. You didn't stomping on its head.
You didn't say please.
You didn't say fucking just get your cowboy boots on. Just stop. Ow.
I'm cracking the floor under his head. Ow! The floor under his head is breaking, bro. That's how hard I'm stomping.
Hurt! The cow's screaming.
Up.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm sorry for all the vegans.
And then you throw it on a giant grill.
Vegans. Fuck you guys.
All right, let me say this.
I like the fact that they kill little animals. It makes me happy. It makes me more hungry when I eat them.
Let me say this. To all the vegans who are listening, you are totally morally correct.
So
I
what,
agree
nigga?
with you. You are at least on this front, morally speaking, way better than me. 100%.
Look, all I'm saying is this,
like, right? You're like, oh, I'm not. That's not me. That's not me.
I've been bugging this whole episode. Have you not seen? I've been wilding out this whole episode.
Pan your camera down. Where the fuck's the Yoo-hoo at? Where is the fucking Yoo-hoo?
There's no Yoo-hoo in here.
It's around there somewhere.
The camera goes here. There's a fucking tower, a wall tower of Yoo-hoo.
I am legitimately gonna go find some Yoo-hoo.
Scrap paper on the floor and bite marks in it.
He's
I'm gonna try to get us sponsored by Yoo-hoo because, like, who fucks with Yoo-hoo? I bet we can get a Yoo-hoo sponsor.
We should. Next episode, we should all get Yoo-hoos and drink them and not say anything. Like throughout the show,
we have Yoo-hoo merch on. I'm
gonna look for like a Yoo-hoo racing jacket. I'm gonna see if they have one of those on.
There's a green screen behind me with a Yoo-hoo on it. Yeah, so what's going on the podcast today?
Don't even acknowledge the Yoo-hoo.
We don't acknowledge it. We just take a sip. We take a sip when we're thirsty, and then we'll. But that's it.
I twitch a little bit.
But yeah, we don't acknowledge it. We never mentioned Yoo-hoo the whole episode. It'll be fun.
I take a sip and I vomit out my nose, bro.
You ever see somebody do that?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I saw a chick. This went viral on Twitter years ago. This chick was blowing some dude, and the cum exploded out of her nose.
I saw that shit too. I was fucking. I saw it and like literally like
was that on
I
eFuck?
saw that and I started flailing so much I stood up. Like I started rolling around and moving so much I stood straight up off my bed.
That shit was crazy, dude. It cleared out her sinuses and everything.
He blew. It was definitely blood in there too. Like he definitely like unclogged her whole shit, and it was just out now. And I was like, damn, bro. He
Imagine if there was
blew a
enough
load.
force to come out of the ears too. That would have been dope.
Yeah,
It's all connected. It's all connected. It's possible. If you would just edge a little bit more, just a little bit more, it could have came out of the kind of.
He could have really blew that bitch up. Yeah, popped her fucking head.
Becca,
go find
Becca
that, listeners. Go find that video. You'll enjoy it.
Becca wrote in. She says, "Hello, you three kings.
So
If you could time travel and take one medieval peasant into the present day, what would you do, and what would you show them, or what would you show them?"
Oh man,
I would clearly get one of those like farmhand girls with like one of them like jumbo huge titties, and I'd bring her to like the future and I'd wed her. That's it.
That's it.
One of those like Renaissance fair bitches with the titties that are so big they're falling out of her dress. It looks like they're fucking. It's like Jello swimming on a fucking lake. And I would be like, all right, cool. I'll take you to this time where you can actually choose to do things yourself.
I would take a simple poor man, and I would bring him to today, and I would slap him. I would slap a VR headset on and show him like very specific modern TikTok memes. Like specifically, like drawn, like construction paper. Peter Griffin dying in a hospital, singing like a skibbity toilet Kai Cenat version of fucking "Hey There, Delilah," and just watch him fucking implode in on himself.
Literally fucking die.
You'd literally watch this poor man fall undone. That is terrible.
I would take him to a racing track. One of those racing tracks where they like go like 200 something miles an hour.
Oh yeah. Put him in a race car. put him in a zero gravity, like a wind tunnel thing. Just watch him cry. Oh,
or you know what? I don't want to do anything like that. You know what I just want to do? I just want to just torture him. I want to strap him to a chair.
God damn! All right, fucking
and just cut him up. Just cut him up and slash him open and sew him back up and slash him open again. And then cauterize his wounds and shit. You fucking psycho. Chris is out here giving this guy shell shock. You're out here mincing a person, and I'm just getting fucking big old. I'm just getting good old milk from a fucking from a big booby fucking prehistoric, pre-Renaissance woman.
You're getting yourself a Renaissance escort. You're like a time traveling boogie 2988.
Hell yeah, dude! Oh, dude, did you see that documentary that he put out?
I did. Did you see it?
I haven't watched it, but I saw the previews.
Man. It's one of those things. I gotta say, man, it's not. Look, it's not. I watched it, and there wasn't really much of a point to it, other than look at how this guy fucked everything up. Yeah. You don't leave with any real. It wasn't. It was well made, though. I got to give the guy credit. It's a really well shot and well edited and well composed documentary. Yeah. Sincerely, it's really good, actually. But there's not really much of a point to it, other than look at this guy. He fucked up everything. He spent $200,000 on hookers, man.
Yeah,
that is insane.
He fucking the amount of money, because the thing that pisses me off about Boogie, because everybody has all these different takes about him, and they always say, oh, if Boogie just focused on the positives, then he wouldn't be getting into this. But if you've ever looked at his algorithms or just looked at his views, when he would talk about things that had to do with him being fat or say certain trauma, they would be his most viewed videos. So there was a connection there. There was people that actually were seeking comfort in that type of stuff. Not let's point and laugh at this sad sack of shit, but people, you would read the comments and they'd be saying very wholesome things and they were relating to his plight. And instead of being, I'll just kind of be I'll be like your uncle or something that's going through it and we'll go through this shit together. He just was like, nah, I think I'll just keep responding to trolls and spend all my money on fucking hookers and do all this dumb shit. And I got to the point where I first was one of his defenders saying okay, let's not act like this guy's Keemstar or some fucking actual villain. Let's not act like he's the worst person on earth, because that's what some people were doing. But after seeing this documentary, I'm like, oh, this nigga doesn't want help at all. He is completely content with being the internet's punching bag, and I just like lost all respect for him. Where I'm like, damn, bro. And then trauma bonding with his girlfriend, his 20-year-old girlfriend.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like,
that's
literally
so
trauma
obvious.
bonding.
She's literally talking about like how I have no support system, and I'm like, it's like, oh man,
I'm like, fuck. I used to be. I was like, I retract anything that I said about him. Where I'm like, damn, he's not that bad. Y'all calm down. He's a fat loser. Okay, big deal. Like, we've never seen one of those before. But then I'm like, okay, where he's at right now, I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I can't even. I got nothing good to say anymore. Sucks. Yeah. But I'm gonna watch it. Because it does look like it shot well, and I kind of want to just pay attention to when the relationship's gonna implode, because obviously a relationship built on trauma never lasts. So
he just wastes so much money, man. It's crazy. Like $200,000 on hookers is insane.
That's
like
crazy.
A stupid amount of money.
Crazy.
That lets you know that those are probably high class escorts. Like just throwing, you're not even thinking about it, or should I cut a deal, or should I? No, just I'm gonna get the highest end ones. Where I'm like, dude, her pussy's exactly the same as the low end one. Who gives a fuck?
Nah, it can't be. It's impossible.
It's just, I don't know, man. I just watched it and I was just like, how are you like, I'm not great with finances either, right? Like I'm really bad with like managing it.
I'm fucking awful.
Like I don't know the first thing about it. Like I'm really fucking horrible at it. But I'm definitely not like spending money on fucking frivolous shit like that. Like if I buy something, I'm always thinking about like, fuck, that's expensive. Like what can is this gonna like when I remember when I bought my guitar, I was like, fuck, do I really need this? Like, is this like a thing that like, this feels like absurd, really? But then it's like, oh, I still dabble in music sometimes. Like I will put this to use in some way at the very least.
Right.
But like he'll just buy like, here's a statue of fucking, I don't know, like a $200 statue of fucking, I don't know, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Why? What purpose?
Yeah.
I don't know, and he had so much money too is the thing. It's like, and I get it, like the more money you have, the more money you spend. I get it, right? But like at the same time, it's like not that much, man. He had like $700,000 at one point, and he like blew it all on crypto and like just bullshit. Yeah. And it's just like, bro, how do you just pay off and he hasn't paid off his house, which is like only like $100 and something thousand,
which
like,
is
pay off your
crazy.
Fucking house.
The fact that he lives in Arkansas, where the houses are fucking dirt cheap because a tornado can blow him away at any moment. Dude, and he's I'm not going to pay off my house. That's crazy.
It's great. I could buy his house.
It's just like it's so irresponsible, and I'm like, yo, I get it to a certain extent. Like, why pay it off if I don't have to? And I mean, why pay it all off at once if I don't have to? I get that sentiment, but if you have an abundance of money like that, that is just stupid.
Yeah, it's like, why not just get it over with? Just get it over with. But
like, especially if you can, it's such a easy. It's not like, oh, if I do this, I'm gonna be broke. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that.
That's what I'm saying. It's like he's still, even if he paid off his whole house, he would still be so well off.
Yeah, that's
especially in Arkansas, dude. Especially in Arkansas, he would be well off here. He would be well off here if he did that. Yeah. If he paid off if he was in California, granted, California doesn't have $160,000 houses, but if he paid off a $100,000, if he paid off $60,000 house in California with $700,000, he'd be fucking set still. Anywhere,
that's still a ton of money.
He'd be totally fine.
Still a ton of money, yeah.
Blows my mind. I don't know. Oh well.
Shout out to Boogie.
Anyway, shout out to Boogie. Come on the show.
Yeah, after all that, shout out to Boogie.
After all this critique, shout out to him though.
Oh, Derek, did you see Bald Goku? I want to show this to you before we move on.
No.
Here you go. I put it in the little chat. I want you to see. This is Bald Goku. I thought you might appreciate it.
I love that reminds me of fucking Aladdin, where they showed him without pants on, and like his skin is grooved to it.
Yeah, and it just looks like two big testicle legs.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Dude, that's
complete non sequitur. I really wanted to get that reaction. All right, let's see.
Let's get one or two more in, right? What time is it? We already at?
Oh yeah. We can get like two.
We'll get two more.
We're an hour and 20. Let's see. Let's
go.
Oh man, there's a lot. I don't know.
Nigga.
Hyper nigga wrote in. Why?
Hyper nigga.
Hyper.
What's going on?
What's going on?
Oh man, I can't land on. All right, Cameron Tolson wrote. He says, "Hey Twunk, Giga Chad, and non-pedo EDP 445." Jesus Christ, God damn.
I guess
This nigga wants to throw hands. It was
compliment. Fuck you. Is what that was.
I just hope this guy fucking falls asleep at the wheel. What's up?
I've done that before. It's crazy. If you suddenly found yourself, yeah, it's crazy. I was working at Sears and I was like, no, I don't want to die for Sears, so I quit. If you suddenly found yourself in a situation where death was both imminent and guaranteed, what would your last act in an attempt to spite God one last time be?
You wouldn't be to spite God. That's petty shit.
I don't believe in God, so I wouldn't do anything to spite him. Whatever.
I love everybody know I love them. I'll be like, hey guys, I love you guys. You guys are rock, and I'll just die.
What if you didn't have enough time? What if it was like you had like 10 seconds?
I would exhale, and I'd be like, okay, well, now I'm gone.
I think I would try to jerk off at least once. I don't know if I'd be able to succeed, but I would try.
That's always been my sentiment. Like, oh, if I was falling from a tall height or something, I want to beat my dick off and then splat.
You're frustrated because like the wind is ruining the mood. It's like you're falling like from like 50, you're falling from like 35,000 feet. And you're trying, but it's like it's uncomfortable. It's like
just
come on. Your dick comes off because of how much this fucking
your dick is like
fucking wind turbulence.
It's like flopping. Oh man,
no, I don't know. Hunch over on your back.
I don't know, man. I don't.
Up and just beat
I think I would try to get one last joke in. Truthfully, like I think that would be the thing. It doesn't even have to be a good one. I think I would just be like, I don't know, if I was on a plane and it was like going down or something, and it was like absolutely going into a nosedive into a volcano or something unavoidably bad, and the guy next to me was like crying. I would turn around and I would turn to him and be like, not even a joke, just like something that would make me laugh. I would just be like, "You crying? What are you, gay?" And then we would die. That would be the last thing. It's the last thing this guy hears. This vaguely
that's it.
This vaguely homophobic man just making fun of his masculinity because he's crying, shedding a single tear because he's careening into a volcano in a fucking Boeing 747 from a JetBlue flight to Atlanta. That's crazy. But God bless.
That's how you do it.
I'd go, yeah, whatever. And I'll just go, don't go.
Yeah, or try to take a shit.
Just shit up your own back.
Shit up your own back. Have a meal, then die.
One last final cum where the blast of cum and it consumes me and I disappear. I'm like empty, like a fucking roll of fucking like an empty roll of toothpaste. Right,
that's not really how
thin out and I'm just gone.
I mean,
what the fuck
you could try.
What is it? 50 Shades of Gay wrote, and he says, "Whose Toon Force would you want to have? And how would you fight each other with it?" Toon Force is basically the world-breaking things cartoon characters get away with, like Wile E. Coyote being able to get blown up and still survive. I would want SpongeBob or Patrick because they seem to be invincible and too dumb to understand the consequences of their all-powerful actions, so all complications of immortality go away. Well, that's you're adopting like the entire character of those people then at that point, because like if you're just if it's just the Toon Force, then it's purely just you wouldn't be inheriting the naivete. You'd be inheriting, I don't know, being able to like fucking, I don't even know, like transition to a different place with bubbles. You know what I mean? Like you would still understand the complexities of like what that meant. But I don't know, man. You can't beat those Looney Tunes, man. Those Looney Tunes had some crazy Toon Force. Like,
yeah, the Coyote he's literally invincible.
I would take Bugs Bunny's power set. Yeah, Bugs Bunny is like Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny is like
get
the
in a dress
Goku.
And kiss fucking men. Is that what you want to
do? Exactly. And notice how he's not canceled. Notice how he has cross-dressed, appropriated trans culture, and sexually abused and harassed everyone he's ever interacted with.
He's been racist. He's called Native Americans Indians and shot them. he's referred to black people as apes.
Yeah, that's
he's
right.
Done all
There's that
this shit,
cartoon where he
still
literally.
here.
There's a cartoon. I'm not even exaggerating. Where he's behind a rock in like fucking I don't even know Arizona or something, and he's like shooting a bunch of Indians, and he's singing like 1 little 2 little 3 little engines, and he's push, 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 4 little 5 little 6 little engines, and that's real. It's like a real episode of fucking Bugs Bunny, and Bugs Bunny was just in the last 5 years he was in a movie where no one brought that up. He shared the screen. He shared the screen.
It just shows you how selective all that shit is, right?
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, it is also a cartoon character, but
I'm lavish in that shit. If I could be racist, if I could go cartoon racism, everything's like bonkers, like just start saying whatever the fuck I want, do whatever I want, and no one can kill me. Oh, it's over. That's it. I'm
just to let you know,
pretty much the mask.
Just to remind you, Space Jam 2 is a movie that exists in the last several years, and they cut Pepe Le Pew out. They cut Pepe Le Pew out because his whole thing was about trying to seduce women. That was his whole thing. Even when they changed it later on, where that wasn't his whole thing. But they kept Bugs Bunny, the guy who shot Indians and wore blackface and did all this shit, because Bugs Bunny has that
kept the
Toon Force,
Orange
man.
Guys too.
Yeah, he also invited the Clockwork Orange rapists to the Space Jam ball game so they could sit next to fucking the Iron Giant. Such a clusterfuck movie, man.
That was so funny.
They also had the Night King, the guy that like brings imminent death to a world and Song of Ice and Fire.
Yeah,
it's just it's.
Do you remember when you remember when you came back from that movie to the apartment and you said you loved it? You couldn't get enough of it.
I never said that. Never said that.
I remember that.
Yeah, you said there's a whole podcast episode.
You weren't there. Stop lying.
There's a whole podcast episode.
Shit, Derek. You don't remember shit.
There's a whole podcast episode. You could look it up right now. Where it's like Kingston's just praising.
Look it up, and I never once said I love it. I wasn't that bad.
Look it up right now.
I never said I loved it.
Look it up right now. He can't stop saying he loves it. Watch that video.
I guess.
Kingston, I love this. I love Bugs Bunny.
Kingston Jameson, I adore this movie.
There you go.
LeBron James is hot.
LeBron James is hot.
I want to have sex with
especially
LeBron
when he's a
James and his son.
I loved Rick and Morty
I
in
don't
it.
think LeBron is hot.
Yeah. Wait, what do you think of the new Rick and Morty? Have you seen any of it?
I saw some of it. I didn't see the show. I saw like clips of the voices because I was curious how it would sound, and it sounds fine. I guess. The issue. Look, here's the thing. I understand that this is. I feel like they did a good thing in the sense of like it would suck for one person to ruin the jobs of a bunch of different creators. You know what I mean? Like all these people work on this show, all these writers who are good at writing this show. Like it would suck for them to fucking not have a job anymore just because like the lead guy did a bunch of dumb shit. At the same time, I haven't watched Rick and Morty seriously in a caring way since like season 2. You know, like
I technically checked out at 3. I technically checked out.
3 was
I've seen other stuff
I tuned into the series premiere of 3, and I thought, oh, that was a crazy episode. And then the rest of that season was just kind of like, it just wasn't good, really. And then I was like, okay. And then 4 came around, and then I just wasn't interested in it at all. And I saw a little bit of it.
Up to 8 now?
They're up to 8 now, I think, or 7.
6?
7. Season 7.
I've definitely watched all of Rick and Morty, and I don't remember most of it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Like, I know I've seen some other of the seasons, but those first 2
seasons. Those first 2 seasons, I would still recommend. I think those first 2 seasons are fucking awesome. They're genuinely great. I remember having
fun with 3 though. I remember there was like, or was this in the second season? There was a thing where they were doing therapy, and they got to see like what the others perceived of each other, and
that
like
was 2. That was 2.
Was that 2? It feels like it was older.
That was the one. That was the one where Jerry's like a slug man or something.
Yeah, he's like, and he like wants to get fucking submission or whatever.
Aberdolf Linkler. That was episode. That was season 2.
No, that was a different episode.
That was a different episode. That was season 1, I think. That was season 1.
No.
No, it might have been season. Well,
you think that was the same? That was like the subplot or something?
Yeah.
Fuck, man. I gotta go back and watch.
Rick and Morty.
That was the same episode?
Yeah.
Really?
Couples therapy
when Beth
episode.
and Jerry go to the counseling and they see what they see of each other. Beth is like a big alien monster, and Jerry's like a little cucky.
That was
like
the same episode.
So it's called Big Trouble.
Wow.
So it's called Big Trouble in Little Sanchez. It's the 7th episode of the 2nd season. So that's what I mean. It's like the first 2 seasons are great. Like sincerely, like actually, like I think they're fucking awesome. I think they're hysterical. And so the show's been going. It's like a Simpsons thing, but like on a shorter
Pickle
scale.
Rick
where
was
it's
the
like,
3rd season.
Pickle Rick was the third
Pickle
season.
Rick was the third season.
Yeah.
I think that's when everybody kind of like got soured. They were like,
It wasn't great.
Yeah, I forgot.
And it's
about
funny
that.
too because like I as just purely as a fan, right? Like I loved. I've been watching like Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland for a very very long time. Like they had a show called Acceptable TV on VH1 that I fucking loved because it was just a bunch of losers. It was just a bunch of guys writing fake TV shows for 30 minutes. Like that's the whole thing was like. Do you guys remember Acceptable TV at all?
You showed me it.
Yeah,
I didn't watch it.
But it was like the whole premise was like you have a 30-minute block and you'd have 5 TV shows, all like, and so you'd have 5 like mini pilots, and it would be like it was like kind of internet oriented where like 3 of those shows would get canceled if they didn't get enough votes, and 2 of them would get a second episode, and then the 3 shows that got canceled would be replaced with new ones. So it was just like a bunch of like there were like a bunch of shows, like there was like Homeless James Bond, where like it was just like it was just like this really
Bill
poor
Cosby's.
dude. Yeah, I loved Homeless James Bond, the show like that, because it was just like it was, I don't even know, it was like one of his gadgets was like a clean shirt. You know what I mean? So it's like it'll make you look really respectable, but it gets dirt, and it's just like, and it was awesome. It was like actually like really good because it felt like something like we would do, like it was like ideas that we would have that we would like improv, but like turned into videos in this TV show. And it was awesome, and it was Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon and a bunch of other people, and then obviously Dan Harmon with Community I loved Community. And so when they got together again for Rick and Morty, I remember being excited. I was like, oh shit, people don't understand how cool this is. And then it was cool, and then it just kind of that third season really just kind of fucked everything up. And so I just lost interest based on how it just wasn't really that good anymore. And me, I've learned, it's funny though because like the conversation around the show, especially around Justin being so horrible, right? Like he's like this fucking horrible person, and he's definitely said some creepy shit to women, underage women. That I'm like,
right,
man,
I saw
that's
some of the
fucking,
messages. Yeah,
that's a little weird. But at the same time, people are like, well, big fucking deal. Like, it came out like, well, he hasn't been involved since the second season or something. And it's like, yeah, I mean, they bring that up as like a point of pride where it's like, well, hey, look, the show's been doing good for a long time. Like, he hasn't really been involved with the show for the majority of it. He's just done the voices. And it's like,
I see.
You're right. But also, like, as a fan who just kind of like dropped off without knowing any of this shit, it makes a lot of sense now that the first 2 seasons.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know, man. That
sense.
show, like, with all due respect, like, I'm sure people love that show still. I'm sure it's entirely fine. But that show was Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland. Like, it just was. And without Justin there, I don't even see a point to continue it. But I'm glad they are for the people who like it. So like, whatever.
For
it's
me,
weird.
like, granted, there was an episode in season maybe 5 where like you found that Beth is cloned.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
I'm sure that there are some. I've seen
that episode
some.
is very good. It's very.
I've
good
seen
episode.
some
Like,
episodes. I've seen some episodes since that are fine, but like it's not enough for me to like get invested in like watching the entirety of a show. You know what I mean?
The problem for me is like a lot of other things. The people that like that show made me not like the show. Simple as that.
I feel like that's what a lot of people. That's for a lot of people. I think that's the general sentiment.
That's for
that
me.
like
being
the
real.
fan base, because as much as some people would want to push back against that and be like, oh no, I'm in control of what I watch, so I wouldn't. No, that's not how social creatures behave. It's just like watching it's just like looking at a YouTube video and seeing the numbers being low, and then you feel less compelled to click on it because the implication is, oh, it must not be that good because the views are low, when it could be the best fucking video we've ever seen. So,
For
but
me,
then
I don't feel that for YouTube videos because of the fact that a lot of things I watch are already obscure. Like, I watch
how
a lot
obscure,
of
though?
obscure shit.
Like,
I
not
watch,
like 200
Digimon,
views
card
obscure.
crafting shit. Like Digimon card crafting shit. Ideas of basic narratives, concise ideas of.
Okay, you're probably watching
can I say something?
better
Can I say
creators of that though.
I am. Sometimes, but sometimes I'm not. Yeah.
Can I say speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh and all that stuff?
Yeah.
I don't. Look, man. So there's a scene in the Boogie 298 documentary where he's kind of gathering with his friends to play Magic or whatever, and it's in his like living room, and it's really tragic because his whole life sucks, and then to see that environment, which is an environment that I've seen at Kingston's house so many times, scared me a little bit. Like I was like, oh my, I'm worried now. Like I'm actually
not that,
worried.
though.
I don't know though. I don't know yet.
The thing for me is this, right? The thing for me is this.
It was concerning to me. I saw it,
I
and I was like, it literally looked like the old apartment that you were at. I was like, that's fucking scary. It was the same set of the same table, and I'm like, oh man, I don't like that I'm seeing anything that even seems remotely familiar that I relate to anything in this documentary at all. It's like a red flag in the first
So
place.
that's
So I'm
you.
like,
That's you. It's you fearing the relation of it, not
Well, of
me.
course,
Because
yeah.
for me, like the thing for me is like I've been a nerd my entire life.
just don't spend your money on hookers. Just don't. That's it. That's
Oh
all
no,
I ask.
not yet. Hookers is when I start doing shit that Lily's like, yo, you can't do that to me. That's when I go to hookers.
Right.
Nice. I like that.
yeah.
But that's like 40. That's like when I'm like, yo, let me bring the horse in. She's like, no.
Let me bring the
No.
horse in.
Let me bring the horse.
Can I bring
in.
the goat in? Let me bring the goat in. And she's like,
goat.
no.
Damn, not
No
even the
goats.
goat.
No, you
Shit.
can't come in your contact lenses and then put them on. Stop it.
Hey, that's really
It's like, all right, bro,
that's good
whatever.
lube. That's good lube, dude.
That's crazy.
You can't bring a whole bottle of virgin olive oil in the bedroom. That's crazy. What are you doing? And I'm like, all right, whatever. Then I'm gonna call hookers. I'm like, all right, listen, lady. I need you to be here in 20 minutes and be gone in 45 minutes. Can you do that?
That's wild, man.
You got a 20-minute window. Can you do that? Can you?
All right, let's wrap it up with two.
Respect.
Let's wrap it up with two more. There's one Halloween one that I want to get out of the way now before it's like too far into November to get on.
Now.
But there's also one that I think is a good one to end on. So like, here's the first one. Holman Brown wrote in. Holman Brown 98. And he says, "Hi boys, with Halloween just gone, I'm still in a spooky mood. If you were tasked to create the most fucked up haunted house possible, what would you include? Weirder the better. Keep up the good work, you sexy slags." I would have.
Oh God.
I would have projectors. Right, that are projecting footage from their lives that I should not have access to.
Well, that's just like that is ultimately the scariest thing. That is that's
Like,
unfair. That's
into-
unfair,
you walk-
but like that is the scariest
like,
thing.
You walk into a haunted house and then like your home movies are playing on the wall, and you're like,
Yeah, that would be a little
Does
fucking.
All
everybody-
you have to
is
do
everybody-
is put a shadowy figure somewhere in the background, and that is the ultimate frightening thing. Period.
yeah.
I got
That's it.
so it's just one time a year. It's not like, oh, you can just do it. It has to be. It's going to be really expensive too because it can only work one time. You have to sign a release too. You have to sign a waiver. So you go in. It's a big group. You know, it's all dark and spooky. All the nine.
The group is dark and
But it's
spooky, or
just
it's dark
ghosts.
and spooky.
I think you're gonna take my
It's
thing,
dark and
Derek.
spooky. It's like the
Okay,
whole
let's
9
hear it.
yards. You know what I mean?
Right,
It's
okay,
it's all the tropes.
So the group is
But
dark
then-
and spooky. Is what I'm saying.
No, it's just regular people going in, but it's just like it looks like a regular scary house. But all the only addition is that there are these, ghosts, human ghosts, dudes with sheets on with a hole cut out where their penises are, and they're just coming all over you.
You're such a fucking asshole, Derek.
You're just fucking.
Derek
They're
is
just
such a cunt. I was gonna have the
bunch-
same thing, Derek. I was gonna be a thing. I hate you. I hate you so much. Mine was gonna be this, right? Mine was gonna be you walk in and you sign a waiver, right? And you see this thing where there's bukkake's happening, and you're watching it as you walk through the thing, and then once you get to the end, cum flies out of everywhere on you. You get bukkake at the end.
I mean, that's
But
pretty
it's
good.
just a lot of bloody cum.
So all we got to do is combine ours together to where you think you've escaped the cum afterward. Because I'm like, you go through this door and then cum hits you and you're like, oh, fuck, you're trying to get away from the cum. You're trying to find the exit. And then when you think you're finally safe, that's when the finale, when like 50
That's when the
guys
most- that's when the most
just
comes in.
come all over you.
Just a
That
bunch
is,
of fucking holes open in the wall and people put their dicks through, and they start coming at
coming.
you hard.
Just
And these
dicks
are
in the
shooters.
wall.
These are shooters. These
Yeah,
are
you know
the
what?
last.
These
You know
are the
what I'm saying?
best. Like edging.
Yeah.
They've been edging in the entire day, just waiting for
Or
you to
a
show
good
up.
one. A good one would be you walk into one, you pull the curtain back, and you step inside, and the lights are off, and then the lights turn on, and then you're in Gaza. And then
I was in
that's
Palestine. Yeah,
yeah, and that's the haunted house.
That's so not funny. That is so unfunny.
You're like, oh fuck.
Not
Is that
even, not even.
Is
Just
that
the
a
just the
fucking aircraft overhead. It's like, damn it. Damn it.
no, but
And then right before the bomb hits, a guy comes in you on your face.
Right before
That's
the
so
bomb hits,
extra,
some
man.
guy comes in your face, and then you get blown up.
Yeah. On that note,
the
best
worst way
wishes
to
to
go.
everybody. Best wishes to everybody in the fucking Middle East dealing with that shit.
Of course.
That is
Genuinely.
crazy. You're like, oh man.
On that note, when we've just disrespected the entire situation and played it for a fucking cum joke, we hope you're doing
that
okay.
is so out of pocket, bro.
Yeah. Anyway,
That
final
is
question.
Corey and okay, go ahead.
That's
Go ahead.
Corey and Hamas.
Fucking just
Corey and
one
Hamas
quick
is
little
just
shot.
too funny though. Like that idea, because I'm just thinking of Kyle Massey's smiling cherub face in like in Hamas. Like it's insane. You know how they would have like on some TV channels they would have like the green screen people in the bottom left corner like doing hilarious little things. I think of those. All right,
You
let's.
see, he's with his buddies, they're all mad because they're all trying to be serious. He's all smiling and shit.
Yeah, and finally,
This is
for today,
serious. I go, yeah.
the quartermaster wrote in. It says, "Hello, Steve Raygun, spurt of ignorance, and Donald J. Trump parody account. Recently, been playing Alan
nice.
Wake 2. It's phenomenal in my opinion. It really is. It's fucking amazing. And it's got me thinking, what was the first video game that you played that you consider to be a true masterpiece? For me, it would be Disco Elysium. I've heard really good things about Disco Elysium. I haven't gotten around to it.
Disco's amazing.
Yeah. I have it. I just haven't started it yet because I know that's going to be like a really difficult. That's going to be like a really consuming game. It's a game that genuinely had me questioning my entire life playing games up to that point due to its sheer quality. Yeah, I'm excited to finally check that game out. Maybe in December when I have everything's done.
First one, Metroid for you, Super Metroid.
Yeah.
Super Metroid, really?
First game I was like, this game is amazing.
I don't think I ever felt that way about
a video game. That was me.
I think I ever felt that way about a 2D game, really. Like even Tetris, which I think is like the best game ever. Like I don't know. Like I didn't feel like there was like next level art. You know what I mean?
I guess because of the fact they didn't have like a super heavy narrative. But while I was playing a game, like, this game is a perfectly built video. I was like, this is a perfectly built video game.
I can't argue that.
Like,
That's entirely reasonable.
The game is just like this. I was playing it, and I was just like, this is so well designed, and the fact that like Metroidvanias with the idea that the map is the same map the whole time, but the way you get to explore it changes as you explore the map itself is such an unbelievable mechanic to me that I feel like is so like underappreciated, underspoken about how like just genius of a design that is.
Yeah, I think for me it would be.
That was one for me.
I think for me it would be BioShock. I think BioShock was the first time that I was like, oh, like because I really like, dude, the Halo 2 story was awesome to me. Like I loved it. Like that impacted me a lot. Like sincerely, but like it didn't like. I don't know. There's something about BioShock that like I got to the end of that game and I was like, that reshaped the entire way that I look at like video game narratives. Where it's like, oh, it could be like,
speaking of BioShock,
like a
give me
good
1 second,
story.
Chris.
What?
Speaking of
BioShock.
speaking about BioShock, I got to show you something. 1 second.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
hell?
He's probably gonna grab something. I'm curious
some
because I was just
BioShock
over his
thing or
house.
something?
I was just over his house. If he had anything BioShock oriented, he knows how much I love BioShock. I feel like he would have showed me. But
yeah.
I like the meta narrative of it, where it's like, oh, it could be like you could have a game with a great story. There's been plenty of those. Like Metal Gear Solid 2 is one of those too, and I didn't play those till like way later though. But like BioShock was like the first time that like BioShock was the first time that I was playing a story and I was like, oh, this story really can only exist in a video game. Like you couldn't really make a TV show of this because it would really miss the point because it's all about like the players' actions and shit. And that kind of like that's fucking so sick. That really blew my mind. Oh, what is that? Is that an art book? Put your fucking headset on.
What
is that? Is that an art book?
This is the BioShock 1, the whole entire gameplay book.
Oh,
are you serious?
The
whole
guide.
thing.
Wait,
This
open
is
it.
for
What do you
you.
mean? Like I don't understand what that is. Like a strategy
The guide.
This is the table. This is the entire guide for the first game, talking about every weapon, every encounter you go into.
Oh, that's dope. Wow,
This is
that's
for you. I forgot to
old.
give it to you when you were here.
Oh, fuck. That is sick. Who gave that to you? Was that Nikki?
Yeah,
That's fucking so cool. That is old,
this is for
man.
you. It's not mine. I just have it because I saw her last.
I'll definitely fucking swoop over there and
gonna
take
go
it.
there and
I
shred
love.
it. I'm gonna shred
I have a
that shit.
BioShock. I have a BioShock tattoo, which is crazy. It's when you consider like how much I talk about Halo and how like that's really integral to like my entire existence on the internet. It's kind of crazy that I don't have a Halo tattoo, but I have a BioShock tattoo.
Yeah, it's funny how life works out like that sometimes.
Yeah.
where it's like,
You
oh
should
yeah,
totally get a tattoo of a legendary on your arm.
That's too. I don't know. I wanted to get like a sleeve done with like some Halo stuff in it, but it's so hard to get it. The thing about like doing a sleeve is like my arm is so like I have a small like it's not like a big arm, so like I feel like I have to like I don't want. I feel like if people with bigger arms like they have more space to get like a full image across, as opposed to like it like wraps around. I don't know. It's tricky. I don't know.
Just find an artist. Find an artist. There's so many good ones now.
I'm gonna get facial reconstructive surgery so I can become an elite.
Yeah, that's cool.
That is fucking sickening.
That's cool.
I would never. I'll be real with you, man. Like I could not be friends with you if you looked like him.
Imagine it came out really good though.
How? In what way? Might. What do you mean? Like convincing?
I look like an elite. Like oh, that's really an elite.
Yeah. So that's not good, Kingston. That didn't come out good. That came out convincing. That came out. Wow, that's really accurate to the source material. That's not a good thing. That is a bad thing for you.
That'd be cool as fuck. I'm like, damn, dude, that's really nice.
Okay, good. All right, fine. Saw your jaw in half in both in both places, just so you could have
it in half,
4 separate.
And then I get the back of my head elongated.
I could never, man. Oh man, we would cancel this podcast so quick. It's crazy. But that's my answer.
That's crazy because we would get so much more views. They'd be like, yo, that's the show with that elite on it.
That is true.
That's the show with the elite on it.
Actually.
Exactly.
That is not.
And would you take a picture and show it to Keith David and be like, hey, what do you think? You think I look good?
I did this because of you, Keith David.
It was because of you, Keith David, that I decided to do this. I love the Arbiter so much, I wanted to become him. I genuinely think if he saw that image, he would go into cardiac arrest and die. I genuinely, I don't.
That would send him into an early grave for sure.
That would kill Keith David. I don't believe that anybody. I don't believe that anybody who's even remotely over the age of 20 can see something like that without dying. That is fucking crazy.
I'm dead.
What have I done? What have I done? Private
Allen. I
can't
believe all this time.
Yeah, Private Allen, what is this? Ramirez, get this away from me.
He's having fucking. He goes insane. He has like flashbacks to all his different characters.
He starts all of his characters.
All of his characters. He just turns into Spawn. Keith David turns into Spawn after that.
He turns into Spawn and then dies.
Listen to me, you fat nigga. I'll beat you half to death if I see you again.
You stupid fucking
It's like that
clown.
dream that he turns into Spawn and dies. It's like that dream that Jalen had where like the fucking Pokemon were fighting and then somebody killed, Meowth and then it just turned into a regular cat or something.
That dream is so crazy because he said
stupid.
A Pokemon killed another Pokemon and then it turned into a regular cat. And there's a dead cat in a living room.
I remember Jalen. That is one of those rare instances where I remember somebody else's dream more vividly than most of the dreams that I have. Like he described it so well. But
he was so panicked that morning. That's what makes it crazy. That morning he didn't go to work because of how unsettled he was. I was like, "What the fuck? Are you all right?"
He took a sick day.
Like this didn't happen, but like I really felt like it happened.
He took a sick
That's
day
crazy.
For that dream.
That's
all right,
crazy.
Look, we gotta let's
dude,
wrap it up.
living in that house, like that was the worst of times, but also the funniest experiences I've ever had in my life were in that house.
I took when my parents were here. I took them, and because Jalen obviously knows my family very, very well. We drove out here together. So like when my parents were in town, we met up with Jalen and we got some food at the same tavern that Jack's Films got insulted at. And we
nice.
And we were just talking about like living there, and like there was so much shit that came up that I forgot about. Just like just by talking about it, like memories kind of like I forgot that we just had a homeless person living in the corner of that apartment for a period of time.
Yeah,
like we just had a homeless man living in the corner, and he was fine, but he would look around, and that was it. That was just something that we did. It's insane. Anyway,
the apartment was such a fucking experience, dude.
Yeah, we gotta.
Oh, real quick. I just want to convert more people. Illusion of Gaia, play that.
Illusion of
Gaia,
Gaia,
masterpiece.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Go play it.
Good
game.
It's online. It's online. You can play it. You can emulate it. Whatever.
Steal it.
That was the masterpiece. I still stand by. It's better than A Link to the Past. I still stand by. It firmly.
Illusion of Gaia. You said.
Illusion of Gaia, yeah, or Illusion of Time to some other people, like in other countries, but like Illusion of Gaia is like in America. And
oh wow,
that shit is.
Oh yeah, I have seen this.
Fucking yeah, I think it is way better than A Link to the Past, and which says a lot. And I think people would actually think that too if they get a chance to play it. It's just the story, the combat, everything. It's just better. It's just better.
Oh man, I clicked over to the page. I clicked over to a different window, and bald Goku just really kind of scared me a little bit.
And he just that's perfect.
I
want to feel like
myself.
okay. So what did we talk about in this episode? Yoo-hoo. I would put like bald Goku in the thumbnail. With Yoo-hoo
squids.
We could
roaches and fucking.
we could talk about. We could call it like kill the Yoo-hoo drinkers or something. Something, you know what I mean? Call the Yoo-hoo drinkers or something.
The great.
I'll go buy a Yoo-hoo and like
we'll
take
figure it out.
I'll go buy a Yoo-hoo and take thumbnails for it.
You should make the cover Last of Us like clickers, but they're holding Yoo-hoos.
That's too specific. We need Yoo-hoo front and center. It can't just be like a small,
like some sort of zombified bestial creature with a Yoo-hoo in its mouth.
Right.
Like
you have an assignment. You have to go get a.
I'm gonna go get a Yoo-hoo right now.
Yeah,
I refuse.
I don't even know where I would find them. I don't know if they sell them. I don't even know if they sell them anywhere near me. But
I don't either. I'm gonna go check 7-Eleven see if they still have them.
Yeah, 7-Eleven must, right? 7-Eleven is low quality enough that they probably got. They got.
It is the last bastion of like having filth, you know, that they just carry that I can't imagine that they sell. I don't like they make any sales.
They sell fucking dust. They sell just packets of dust. They sell fucking like loose bacon grease in like a fucking ashtray.
They sell tapeworms. You can buy tapeworms at fucking 7-Eleven.
They got a jar. They got a jar full of tapeworms, packets of dust, ashtrays full of loose bacon grease. They got fucking. They got bags of shit. They have like grass clippings.
Bags of shit. And they actually have the fucking
Yoo-hoo.
cat's face. They have a cat's face.
Yeah.
They
It's
actually
like
have
a bag of cat's faces.
Oh man,
Fried
like
cat
chicharrones,
faces.
like just
chicharron cat face. That's so heinous, dude. 7-Eleven really is like, I don't know, man. I go to 7-Eleven every time and I'm like, I'm blown away by like the lack of selection that they have. Like they just don't have things that I feel like they should. They don't have, like the one around me's got no Arizona, which is wild to me because like that's like I feel like it's just like a staple.
Weird.
That's like a staple convenience store thing. Like look, Snapple I get is
Yeah.
like a more specialized thing. Like okay, fine. Like most in New York it's everywhere, but like I get it. Okay, fine. But like Arizona's ubiquitous as fuck. You're not gonna have. And if they do have Arizona, it's just like it's specifically like a weird like orange, like a weird flavor,
one
and like
stupid flavor, like fucking watermelon or something. I'm like what the
like
fuck
watermelon.
is this? Where's the tea?
Not lemon, not even green tea. Like I understand. Look, I don't like. I'm not big on the green tea, but like if I see it there in place of lemon, at least I understand the logistics. But like it's all I don't know, man. 7-Eleven sucks. Apparently, it's amazing in Japan though.
7-Eleven sells you hot bottles of piss.
Yeah, warm
ass bottles of piss.
fresh. They're actually like on a hot plate. They're on a hot plate, like sizzling.
Like you open it up, you smell it. This is brand new piss. Just starts guzzling.
This is brand new.
Dude.
You can
It's
still
brown.
smell.
That's how little water the person that made this piss is.
Yeah,
it's
dude.
very brown.
You can still smell. It's so fresh. You can still like smell the urethra on it.
You can smell the urethra.
You can still smell the urethra.
Gotta put it to temperature. You gotta kill that syphilis, though. You know, you gotta make sure you fucking boil it.
You gotta boil it first.
That's what I do, man. That's what I do. So I don't got AIDS
Always,
no more, bro. My body
remember,
temperature's too high.
kids. Remember,
killed
kids.
the AIDS in me. My body temp's too high.
Remember,
All right,
kids,
let's get
to
outta
always
here.
boil your piss.
I'm done. Bye. Good night, guys. I'm
All right.
leaving.
Well, we still got to do. Hold on. I do want to put. So let me make sure that we got everything right. I want to make sure. I want to see how many questions we got to today. Because I think we got a fair amount. I was gonna count them, but then I accidentally refreshed it. God, with so many comments.
Penis of an owl.
of tin. And
Oh yeah, by the way, I
copper.
forgot. We did Derek and I we did a well, Derek primarily did a Terror Time cover from Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, where I am also on it, and it's pretty dope. So go check that out. Even though it's after Halloween, like whatever, it's still good. It's a good song.
Yeah. It's after Halloween, but hey, it's everywhere. It's on Spotify now.
Sick. Cool. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we got 11 questions out today, which is good. That's a good. That means we only have 70 left. So we're on track. All right, we're going to read the names now. We're going to read the names of all of our beautiful patrons over at patreon.com/thesnarktank.
Time again.
Read
3,
yeah.
2, 1.
Hold on. I wasn't ready.
God damn.
Yeah, sorry about that.
And it's
penis
read.
time again.
Yeah, hold on.
Go ahead.
Yeah, all right.
Where are we waiting, or are we? I'm not sure what's happening.
No, yeah, good.
3, 2,
Okay,
1.
count me down. Hold on, I'm not ready. Count me down one more time. Rudolph the
1.
red-tipped reindeer had a very shiny cock, and if you ever saw it, you could even say, you'd blow. Doesn't even rhyme.
It doesn't rhyme. You can't. I mean, I feel like that had to be a purpose.
It must, yeah. Rudolph the red-tipped reindeer had a very shiny cock, and if you ever saw it, you could even say you'd blow. That would make me mad if I heard it. Oh, fuck. Just the lack of care that went into that. God bless you, sir.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
God bless you. I see Derek's camera's losing his fucking mind again.
This thing, man, like I'll set it to like not, and then it'll just do it again. It'll just be
Derek's
like, nah,
been fucking doing this
I wanna
podcast
move.
with a Connect for the last several months, and it has not been cooperating. Gayleen, Yoo-hoo Welds Nutsacks. The FNAF porn parody featuring Freddy Fuckbear, Incel turned transfemme, Alexander the Gay, The Adventures of Slenderman and Thin Boy, sucking down a crisp diet cock, I mean diet cock, I mean diet cock, I mean diet cock, just in my eyes, can you glue them shut? JC was a gay man. Throw your cum in the air and spray it like you just don't care. If you like dick and balls and that gay shit, everybody. John, my friends have 3 waves without me, Guido the 4th. I listened to every episode of the Snark Tank and all I got was this lousy dick. Square in the face, this handsome man better prepare to get caked because he's going to taste my semen. Semen by Semen M. Bungie died.
M.
Thanks, Joe Brandon. Stop with the Britney
Damn,
slander
Joe Biden.
already. It sucks here.
Did you guys see they're making a new Planet of the Apes?
No.
It's called. Let me get this right. It's called Planet
I
of
love
the
it.
Apes.
You had so much in your voice. It was like the
Atlanta's
audacity that you would even
reign.
ask me to do that. You would ask me like, no. What were you saying, Kingston?
It's called Planet of the Apes: Atlanta's Reign.
Okay.
Sorry, no, it's called Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Sorry. It's just real. Not kidding. It's actually real.
And you said Atlanta's reign? Like you mean Atlanta, Georgia?
Yeah.
Are you fucking around?
No, I'm kidding. It's
I was
called
about to say,
Kingdom.
Of course he's lying.
It's called Kingdom of the Planet of the
Of
Apes.
course.
Okay.
They would never have a movie about fucking monkeys named after Atlanta. That's insane.
You'd be
Sometimes
surprised.
people are ambitious and like, let's see if we can get away with it. Let's see if we
Do you
can get away with
remember- do you
that.
remember
Let's
that
name this
H&M?
movie there.
Do you guys remember
want to hear
that-
something crazy else crazy I figured out yesterday? So, this is real. This is not a joke at all. At all. Arnold Schwarzenegger's last name. Schwarz in German means black.
Means black.
And Nager roughly translates to the N-word in both German and Austrian.
I would have to fact check that.
Look it up right now. I'm being dead serious. Look it up right now. Go ahead.
I don't want to look
So you're
that-
saying
I
his
don't-
name is Black Nigga?
No, black Nager.
Nager. Stupid.
That's so dumb.
I swear. I found out yesterday and I was like, what?
That really completely fucking
Why
threw
is
me
that
off.
your name?
Well, I knew Schwartz because of what was that Jewish guy's name? Mel Brooks. And there was,
the
use the
Schwartz, yeah.
Schwartz. Yeah.
Oh man, that really threw me off entirely. Like I don't even remember what the fuck I was. Were we talking? about
Yeah,
something?
we were like going, and then this dude goes on a tirade of apes and fucking Schwarzenegger. Like, what's happening?
Damn. Think about apes, you think about the N-word immediately.
So what I'm seeing is that it means black plowman.
It roughly translates to the N. Look up the N-word in German.
Yeah.
Look it up.
What's up, my plow? How you doing, my
Harrow,
plow man?
plow, Ager. is one who plows.
Man,
Jerry,
that's my plowman right there.
Yeah. I think you're falling for some shit, man.
Yeah, clearly you're falling for shit. This is the same thing as him seeing. This is the same thing as him seeing the Last of Us trailer 4 years before that even happened. So like,
yeah.
I still saw it before you guys did. It doesn't matter.
You didn't. Shut the fuck up.
I still saw it before you guys all did.
Listening to Sweeney makes me consider racism.
Even though I imagined it, I still saw it before you guys did.
Perfect.
Fair enough, dude.
Baller of the first sin. There goes my homo. Watch him as she blows. Gape with aid of the machine. 2 episodes remaining. Be afraid. Gulp me down at the gulp me down at the Homodice City. Homodice City. Come on.
Does that
where the ass is clean and the girls have pee pee?
The girls
make me come.
And the girls.
Jolly old dipshit.
Won't you please make me come? Not bad.
Friends theme. So no one told you I was gonna cease this way. Glub 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 glub. Is what he wrote.
That's pretty good.
So fuck. Johnny Silvercock Cyphergraph Ball Twister Machine. If you like penis alada getting cock in the rain, if you're not into Yo Girl and you love anal pain, Gayhemian Rhapsody, Mama, I have tasted cum and I know for sure that I am gay, Mama Coom. Walter, I'm squirting. Get a glass. I want to see it. Walter, get a glass. Walter, I'm squirting. We would have been fine.
If you would have just collected my squirt in this glass, Walter, we would have been fine.
If you just collected my squirt in this glass, Walter, we would have been fine.
But instead, in your greed and your avarice, you
and your orgasms. With your greed and your orgasms. You had to ruin it for everybody. You came all over the floor and Gus slipped on it and died, and now we don't have an operation anymore, Walter. Look what you did. Couldn't keep your cock to yourself. Couldn't just focus on making the fucking meth.
The idea of Gus slipping on Walter's squirt and cracking his head like an egg and his brain leaking out is hilarious to me.
I like the idea of Gus riding Hector Salamanca and like fucking let him know that he's about to bust. He starts hitting the bell.
The
bell. Like he's just bouncing on him. Ding, 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 ding.
So fucking
my face,
gay.
My face
That's
will be the last.
So wildly gay. Oh my god.
My face will be the last thing you ever see, Hector.
That is the most homosexual thing ever. Fucking Gus is just bouncing on him, bro. And Hector is just hitting the fuck out of the mouth.
Just making all those fucking faces like...
I hate this. Please finish the names, please. Gus is bouncing on him, bro.
The clap is so loud.
It sounds like the explosion. It sounds like the explosion that killed Gus, but it's his ass clapping from bouncing so hard.
It sounds like a fucking wet sandal hitting a bouncy house. It is fucking outrageous, man.
No. Then he walks out after he's done fucking him, and he fixes his vest. And one side is completely drenched in cum. It's completely drenched.
That's exactly it.
He fixes his side. It's just nut. It's just nut, bro.
I have that shot. That shot is like in my head like forever. Like that shot. Oh,
I love that so much.
This is a really good shot. And then he just walks out really calmly with covered in cum.
Yeah,
I thought he survived almost. Like my brain was like, he's fine.
He could have been fine.
Like, this motherfucker really
honestly,
survived.
He would have been fine if he took like an aspirin and had like Neosporin. He would have been fine.
Right. He just fucked
except
up.
for the whole hollowed out part of his skull.
He's one of those holistic fuckers where he just didn't go to he just didn't go to the hospital. He would have been fine if he would have just walked in.
What if he called an Uber?
He took a salt bath. Instead of taking an actual bath, he took a salt bath.
Can you imagine that guy getting into a fucking Uber? Like, you imagine driving an Uber and looking back at the guy, and it's fucking half-face Gus, and he's like,
I would scream. I would scream out loud. I'd be like, "What the
Two-Face much?
Can you take me to 416 Los Feliz?"
Well, you've had quite the day, huh?
Someone's been watching The Dark Knight.
That's a great Halloween costume. Is dead Gus, like specifically like that like I think I might want. I'll try that next time.
Yeah, he gets in the Uber. The first thing the Uber says is, "Okay, Harvey did." He just starts driving it off.
I think you're missing something.
Oh, that's right. It would just be. That's right. It would just be Harvey. So I have to make myself a lot tanner. I have to do something to my skin to make it a little bit
put on black
darker.
face.
Right. I didn't. No, he's not black. He's not
Gus is black.
I mean, he has African. He's an African.
He's
an
Chilean.
Afro-Chilean.
Yeah, but he's not like a black guy. You know what I mean? He's not like.
He's a black man.
He's got nigga genes. That's
that is phenotypically a nigga. That is a nigga.
I don't know, man. We just saw that Nigerian guy last week, so now I don't even know. I don't know what to believe. I don't know what to believe no more. That guy's black.
Look,
we already established, Kingston. We already established. Hold on. Last week we already established you are not black. You are not a black person. That is a black person. Okay.
Look.
Look at the way the sun's reflecting off you like that. Look at that. You're fucking. You're white as hell.
Yeah.
Chris. That. What I am, what Derek is, what Gus are, we are niggas.
No.
That guy is the nigga. That is thy nigga right there.
No. The second I saw, honestly, the second I saw that guy,
the water that touched that guy became oil. That is what that guy is.
The second I saw that guy, I was like, I don't feel comfortable with you guys saying the N-word anymore, honestly. Like, the second I saw that, I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Are we allowed?
Like, that's crazy. That's like a whole secondary.
Yeah, he gets mad at us.
Yeah.
Hey, stop that. Stop that right now.
It's not your word.
Don't call me that, Joe, and then he punches you and then you fucking evaporate.
I'd be doubly confused. I'm like, isn't this like an African American thing though? I'm like, it
is, yeah.
And he's like, no.
No, you can't say that. Well, they technically got called it first. They technically got called it first technically.
We was season 1.
But, they're the originals. That's why they're stronger, faster, and smarter than us, bro. They're the first generation. Before we were contaminated with any other blood, we were the superior race, and then we got diluted.
Nigerians are stupid smart, actually. Like it's like they're all like fucking like engineers.
Nigerian Americans come over.
Africans in general are very smart.
But I
feel like that's because they're foreign. They're children of foreign people, and they come here and they actually really care.
Yeah, their culture is to thrive.
That is true. I'm sure there's some Nigerian guy who doesn't know the difference between a cloud and like an ant or something.
Because think of it like this, right? Think of it like this: Puerto Rican people. I can say this for my grandma, being first generation of Puerto Rican that came here. She's smart as shit because her family had to come from somewhere else to America.
Well, they had to make it. Yeah, they had to make it.
They exist here, we get stupider.
I think that's true. I think America makes you stupid.
That's why there's so many idiotic Asian people now in school. I was surrounded by a bunch of stupid ass Asians in my classes.
It did bother the hell out of me that everybody assumed I was like very smart because I had glasses. Like when I was in school, people would try to copy. I remember this kid got mad at me because he copied off of my test and didn't get. Like, he only got like a 78 or something. I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, what are you taught?
I'm not smart.
This is fucking chemistry, dude. Like, I don't know. I'm not a fucking chemist.
I'm dumb, nigga. Leave me alone.
Nigga, I'm dumb.
I'm dumb. Leave me alone. I'm dumb.
I never said I was smart. I never said that. I never said.
That's nuts.
You have that kind of reaction.
I only fucking like I sit at the front of the class not because I want to be at the front of the class because I love learning. I sit at the front of the class because I can't see the board otherwise.
Damn.
I'm not intelligent. I'm really not. I'm just a guy.
That would almost be like looking at somebody in a wheelchair and being like, "Well, he must be pretty strong." It is because they have no relation. That's exactly the point. It's like there is no relation.
Yeah.
You could be smart.
No.
You could be smart with glasses. You could be strong in a wheelchair. There are fucking bodybuilders with no legs who are fucking doing crazy shit. But like that doesn't mean anything. There's nothing where that makes sense.
Media has shown that kids with glasses that are unfortunately built like you.
Kingston, who is Joe Swanson in Family Guy?
That's one person, right?
The most popular crippled person in the world, and he's jacked as shit. He's jacked.
Is he the most popular person? I don't think he's the most popular person in the world.
He's I can't think of a more popular crippled person in the world.
That nigga that's dead that was half robot.
Maybe Stephen Hawking. He's a real person though. You're talking about media, right? You're talking about media, physical, like actual, like media, like creative,
various
like
kinds
fiction.
of media. Television is media as well. Chris, often Poindexters and nerds they tend to be small. And glasses wearing white people.
That's not even true.
Why is intelligence? Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say it's not even necessarily true because like there's so many scientists who are like fucking tall as shit. Like they're like Oppenheimer was like a fucking lanky motherfucker. Like all these people.
Jacked.
Like there are some scientists who are short, but they're not the majority.
He was angry. He was muscular because he would hate. So he's like, we shot who else? He got strong from doing that.
There's that scene in Oppenheimer. There's that scene in Oppenheimer where he was like shirtlessly masturbating, and then he exploded cum out of his penis, and then it like made like a mushroom. It made like a
mushroom splat.
Yeah, it made like a mushroom cloud, like as it was coming out.
And he looked at it. It was a mushroom depiction of it. He was like,
yeah. And he looked at it. I was like, I have an idea on how to get rid of the Japanese.
Eureka. And then he just started coming. Guys started coming on the Japanese. They just started coming. They're in the planes and started coming all over them.
That's
like,
crazy.
This didn't work. Let's go back to the drawing board.
That would be worse than the nuke, honestly. Like I feel like that
gallons of cum.
Yeah, if they just that'd be so. Dude, you can't. That is so disrespectful. Like just thousands of gallons of cum just dumped out of a fucking to the point where like it's dumped out of a plane from so high up that like people are like they're getting drenched by it, but like they think it's rain for a little bit.
Yeah,
and they get that smell. They get the smell where it's like that's familiar. What is that?
The idea of dropping. he just gets choked.
one big like glob, like a meteor of.
He just gets the idea of dropping giant trucks full of cum out of the highest point you can let them fall. So they hit terminal velocity, they hit the floor, and just devastate an area and cover it in cum is so insane.
What if that was actually the plan? And like so like the idea was like, okay, we have this big canister full of cum and we're gonna drop it on Japan and it'll be really funny, but it landed in such a specific angle that it just happened to split an atom.
Yeah, like what happened?
And then they're like, "What the fuck? We didn't mean to blow them up. We just meant to dip cum on them."
Yeah, like that was a fluke. Do it again.
Yeah, that was a fluke. No way.
That was a fluke.
They were like, no way.
You guys.
They were like, oh, that was an accident. We didn't even get the cum outcome that we wanted. Let's go to this other place and try it because there's no like. What are the likelihoods of that happening again? And it does happen again.
And it does.
It literally just out of sheer coincidence, like it lands on an edge that like lands on a really pointy rock that like it's going like at a very specific speed and it like it shatters an atom. And then it just does it twice, and you're like, we were gonna do a third one, but now it's clearly there's something wrong.
Clearly, dropping cum from high up creates nuclear explosion, so we gotta stop.
Like this isn't how did we do okay, let's do this. Let's the Emperor's like, all right, I guess we're done. Here.
Yeah. the idea of them being taken by
someone smells like nut for months.
The idea of them
nut, dude.
The idea of the Americans being taken by surprise by that is awesome. Anyway,
I have a friend in Hiroshima right now, and I'm like, dude, what is it like? And he's like,
it smells like cum.
Fun. It's a fine place now.
He smells like cum.
It smells like cum over there.
Like cum? He's like,
excuse me.
I bet Chernobyl smells like cum. I bet Chernobyl smells like mega cum.
Chernobyl definitely smells like cum. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Chernobyl smells like whatever the devil's dick smells like, bro. Just like whatever his cock smells like, just like hot and
funny. Hot and funny.
I get the sense that I get the sense that Chernobyl is like if you breathe, like if you know the feeling of carbonation, like that, but like for smell. Like I feel like that
carbonation.
Yeah, I feel like
Just
like rads. But every time you take a breath, you get more rads.
Exactly, like the sound.
You die.
Like the sound of a radioactive like detector thing, but like if it was like a sensation in your head. Anyway, let's move on. We got a fucking list to read before we got sidetracked.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Like a bunch of psychos. Gayo, here comes the penis up his butt. When we get harder, men, we suck on cock. We gon' fuck on the bus. Chris yelling at Sweeney over Spider-Man made me come all over my programming socks. The everlasting gaze. Back to tank of cum. Caucasian container. The Cracker Barrel for gays. Tinfoil tyrant. Putting blackface on my light bulbs. Do Christian girls squirt holy water?
Hopefully.
Yes. I looked.
It hurts me. So yeah, probably something holy.
Yeah, it stings me. Sincerely, it stings me specifically. And it's like a vampire in church. I looked too long into Craven's eyes, and it made me gay. Sweeney, swallow up my peenie. BC sings, weren't you the one who tried to fuck my intestines? You think I'd bend over? You think I'd spread my ass in wine? I don't know. She pipkin on my pippa. Possum's better at skating, listening to you. Elber gone. Average clit energy. Great God Yakub greeting his Caucasian creations. Mama JF martyred in an IDF airstrike. Been blowing lots of guys living in a gay man's paradise. Taking dongs of every size living in a gay man's paradise. Transfem gremlin exposing people with lactose intolerance to 90 million rogens. Who of ionizing radiation? Yush, not Vinpan. The angelic DM. His name's Apollo. He was a homo, but that was 30 years ago, and he still had bros to blow. Craig the Canadian, slip not, wait and bleed. I felt the gay rise up in me. Kneel down and suck the penis clean. I wander out to find some seed. It's your boy, Shawnee D. My penis length so long it make you say, "Oh my lord."
The name in the song,
huh?
I like when they put the name, and like they acknowledge what it is.
It's good. It's good. It gives you context of how to continue. Yeah, it's good. It's a good practice. What the fuck is this? Okay,
Next page.
Yeah, I got a text from my mom, and it's usually like serious, but it never. But this one was just like a meme.
Do you have any milk?
Yeah. What? My penis length so long it make you say, "Oh my lord, thank you for fucking me in the butt, real rough." With a okay. I was waiting for something.
I want to show this list of people that don't know about the show.
Yeah. I often think about like what it's like to if you just watch these segments.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like it's just like I really love the credits of the Snark Tank. That's my favorite part when they just read the same fucking bullshit names. It's like, really?
You serious?
They have been out of pocket lately, though. To be fair,
they've been pretty nuts. Are you serious?
You see? That makes me laugh every time I fucking hear it.
I fucking love Just Kidding Simmons.
You serious?
Just Kidding Simmons is great.
You serious? You serious? It's like one syllable somehow. It's nuts. School shootings prove why people are the best at AoE damage. Ben and Jerry's Funky Monkey, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Sween Machine. There exists a video in which a praying mantis eats a woman's nipple. Having a happy Halloween sluts. 3XO letting people know that One Piece has a better story than Halo, Mass Effect, and Destiny. The truth. Slurp and stroke and smoke and joke and emoticons going like this. Morning Owlet Key, David Drip, MH, the Lord of Drip. Matthew Perry getting double teamed by both worms and maggots as he is laid to rest. Obi-Wan should blow me. Dox me, stalk me, dox my friend, stalk me, dox me, rape me by Nirvana song by Jax Films. A pizza guy accidentally at Chris Hansen's house. There goes my Queero. Watch him take my load. Gay piece. Fucking police coming hard as I thrust and pound. Nice. Abby. I don't want to be here anymore by Rising Against. I don't want to be queer anymore. There's nothing left worth gaying for. Wage Slate 583. I feel gay. Fuck you. Blasting in the background of a COD montage. Come bend me down. You're drilling me. I am finished with you. The Papini Brothers Emporium of realistic cami and Chun-Li thigh-shaped neck pillows, self-tightening sold separately. Donk Donkerson, do you see my banana man laying over his white hot ass? Here he comes with cum for me, freshly flowing from his banana tree. You've got to pay the troll's toll to get in the boys' hole. Gate 6. I, Christopher, Raymond, Gunther, and F. Nicholas Dexick, fuck you. Call my dick an abacus the way only one, call my dick an abacus the way the only one who ever used it is my grandpa. Tell him Steve Dave. Heyo, I'm feeling pretty gayo. Fill your a-hole. Leave that mattress stained though.
Bars.
A little forced at the end, but like not bad. Big Stream Boy. I mean lesbian. Milfor DeKempt. I'm high on 12 Jason Bournes, looking to beat the cum out of a thick fresh oak. John Strickland. Give me a second. I need to make sure I'm not straight. My friends are in the men's room getting ran through like a nickel something. Merck's 1889. Fucker stood in my path, so I ushered him down the path of the river Styx. The first church of Keith David, featuring Chris's TF2 scout-looking ass ranting and raving about the name Spider-Man. Miles Morales being gunned down by the IDF because they think he's a Palestinian. Pre-Roz, Blake896. Brog Cox, the ginger who looks like Ed Sheeran with a tiny pee-pee.
What the fuck, dude? What the fuck was that, man?
I don't know.
What kind of name is that?
I don't know, man. Brog Cox. The actual strap-on Lacey used to peg me being sold on eBay for $69,000. She better not be selling that.
Nice. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's pretty insane, dude.
Good.
Like,
just getting the money back for the tool she used on you, bro.
getting that. That'd be insane. I don't know how I'd feel about that if like I found if I found out that something like that was going on. I've never been pegged, but like just the idea of like something like even just like something I used like that an ex had, you know what I mean?
Selling it?
Like a condom that I used, like Chris Reagan's condom that he used, and it's like, why? Oh, from like 2019, that one night stand in 2019. Are you serious? Why are you selling this? Who's buying it? Who the fuck would buy this? Who the fuck in the right mind would pay $69,000? Thanks for the cunning
one fucker.
Thanks for the cunning linguist's recommendation. It's in the playlist now.
All right.
Getting suspended from school for mispronouncing that one African country. Stir your dad's booty hole like a bowl of chili. Oh yeah, for shiz for shiz. Genuine. What's up, homie? Alaskan oilfield trash. Texas tater salad. Fun fact: Kobe Bryant died on my birthday. Remember, ITN Sin is a Trojan horse. Sue Hoke, tickle my ass hairs. Nicky Ziggy, Chris Marcus. Again, Cole lost his trash ball and is taking yours since your autographed one since he does say his name is on it. Roughly human-shaped pile of red flags. Emoticon. Nice. That'd be wild. Can you imagine you look at somebody, it's like, this is my cousin Jeffrey. And it's like, that's just a pile of red flags. And you look at it in the right light, and it literally is just like it literally is just a fucking pile of fabric. It's insane.
Yeah, you stay far away.
I've been talking to this guy for fucking years, and it turns out he's just been.
The thing is that he looks like a person for a moment. Then next moment, you're like, "How did I look like a person?
How did I
ever think that was a person?"
There was a great. I saw this amazing gag from Family Guy recently, and it was just like completely out of context online. It was just like where they were missing Cleveland or something, and they look over at the bar, and you see like Cleveland's back, like it's like he's clearly him at the bar, and he goes, "Oh my God, Cleveland, you're back!" And he turns him around, and it's a lamp. And it was like the funny. It was like it was one of the fun. It audibly like I cracked the fuck. I was like, "That's so insane." I love it. But oh man. Anyway, yeah. Fucking emoticon's going like this. Tariq Nasheed be like, "Fuck yo ass. I'm gonna fuck yo ass." Or gay Tariq Nasheed be like, Jackson DuPont, Badly Brave, Hugger Derek, Duck Cunt, Goliath Voice, I've been denied everything, even my cum, Ethereum, Progerian Hunter, Melvis One, the angriest crowd, enjoying the view on Dealey Plaza from the 6th floor. And rounding out our list as always, is the king.
The
king.
Of Haphaz.
The haphazardly boy, off to the races again with his kingly aura. God bless him.
Yeah.
That's going to be it for us today. Remember, you can support us over at patreon.com/snarktank. I can't imagine why you would be here if you aren't. I can't imagine why you made it this far into this kind of episode without at least being on this list or at least, caring. So God bless you. We appreciate you. And we'll see you, I don't know, when the next friend dies.